Plug.
Modang, Crud Goblin.
Hello. Hello, everyone. It's time for some SOT ranting. It's Saturday. Whoops. It's time. It's time for me to talk shit about shit. You know what the drill is. Anyway, also go buy this merch. Look at this merch. Wow. Wow. Ooh. Look at that. Ooh. Go buy that. What's up? I didn't know this was coming out. So this has come out. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to watch this. Thank you for the resub, Whis. Another day, another crud rant. Another day, another crud rant. RE9's very good. Highly recommend. I've heard good things. I have also heard that it costs $100. So give me $100 if you want me to play it. Because I don't want to fucking spend $100 on a video game in 2026, bro. Fuck that. Didn't even know they posted this. Yeah, I haven't been spoiled on this. I don't know a single bit of information from this. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they have to say. Pretend to laugh so we can get a picture for our thumbnail. That's what it looks like. Apparently cracked RE9, but the method play is super jank. We'll see. We'll see. I'll wait till the fit girl repacks out. I'm okay. Drew looks very joyous. So. Yeah. We did a crud rant, what, like a week ago? And that was like a 2.5 hour video of me watching a 9-minute video. Now we've got a 33-minute video, so look at the chapters, which is a longer. I don't want to spoil. What up, Greg? What up, Mopper? 2-hour crant. Yeah, I don't know. This kind of came out of nowhere. So, SOT rant infinity. Let me cough for a second. All right, everyone, make sure you've got your 2-liter bottle. I've already drank a full thing of this today, so get ready for me to take a piss break every 2 seconds. Why is the green screen being so freaky? Weird. Your crud is dripped out right now? I'm just chilling. Didn't the 44-minute one during Crudfest last year last like 4 hours? Yeah. All right. So, what do we know? We have a thumbnail. It says last ship standing incoming in quotations. I don't like that it's in quotations. I mean, I know part of that is probably because they delayed it already, but like don't put quotation marks on things. Nah, fuck the new water starter on Pokemon. That's all I'll say about that. I don't want to talk about Pokemon right now, but fuck Gekwa. Looks like shit. Alright, let's watch this. Let's watch. Fuck you. Nah, dude. It's either the Rowlet recolor or the fucking dog. As long as the dog doesn't end up bipedal and a fighter. I'm offended. Dog, where? Hang on. Where's the fucking... Where is it? Look at this shit. Dude, imagine wanting to pick a water starter beyond Totodile. It's Little's Pet Shop. You literally cannot hate it. Why does it have fucking bedroom eyes? Why is it like, I'm a little Pokemon. Fucking don't like that. Those are all peak. These all suck. These are bad designs. These don't look good. As eyelashes reference leopard geckos. I don't care. Make a water Pokemon starter that's a fucking aquatic creature. Like a sea creature. Make a fish. Obviously, you know, the seal is and the duck is. I get that. And there's like aquatic lizard. Give us something different, you know?
What up, happy crud and glory weekend.
Thank you, Red Spikes. And thank you, Stump. Birds ain't made of grass. Exactly. So do something other than a bird. Why does everything have to be the same?
I would put the new starters in a blender signed equal on top.
Womp womp, cope, gecko, goated. I don't want to talk about Pokemon. I want to talk about this. And that looks like it says violence.
Hello and welcome to the official Sea of Thieves podcast.
All right. First pause. Hi, pauses every 2 seconds. Fuck you, people who comment on my video said that. That's the point. That's the point of Crud Rant. I waffle on while these wafflers waffle on as well. Hello, Drew. So, can I get a dollar price check on these bottles of water? We got a Lipton iced tea. We got the Aqua Libras. We got 3 Aqua Libras and a Lipton. How much UK dollars is the Aqua Libra? The reason I ask is now, since the last SOT rant, I can refer to this. Let me get it. I can refer to Rare's specific legitimate profits. So last financial year, they made £216,000. How much of that went to purchasing fucking Aqua Libra cans? We can see your profits. It's all public, which I didn't know. We can see how much you've earned. $47.80. Okay, so 47 AUD. What is that in pounds? 47 AUD to pounds. 24.82 pounds sterling. So this is $25 worth of fizzy drink here. It's public. Yeah, it turns out all of in the UK, public businesses, they have to list everything publicly. All of their like firings, hirings, fucking earnings and shit. And so we went through and we looked at it. Can't believe they don't make a mil profit. So, 2018, the year Sea of Thieves launched, Rare made £591,000. The next year, $342,000. 2020, $295,000. COVID hit, £855,000. That's when I started playing. Year 2 of COVID, £1.1 million. COVID over, £407,000. Last financial year, £216,000. So, Rare have realistically had maybe 3 good years, maybe 4 of earnings. This obviously excludes Game Pass. This is Rare's profits. Yeah, what up, Pubit? But yeah, so now we can look at these things and know, maybe the profits would be a little higher if you weren't purchasing fucking $25 of shitty sparkling water. They doing not so good? They doing not so good. They're trying to create new outbreaks so they get more money? Maybe.
I'm John McMurtry, head of video production here at Rare, and today I am joined by a lovely cast
up,
of
Bacon
characters.
Burger?
We have
Mike Chapman, creative director on Sea of Thieves.
Woo!
Shelley Preston, Associate Design Director on Sea of Thieves.
Woo!
Christina McFairhome, Head of Community and Communications.
My name's Drew, Production Director on
Hello,
Sea of
Drew.
Thieves.
my name's Drew. I love it.
Love it.
So we do actually have quite a bit to talk about. We've got some exciting results from the last season.
What watch is that, Twin? That is a Digital 2 Adidas. That's like a $65 cheap-ass watch. I just like it. It's nice. What a lovely cast of characters indeed. Yeah, what up, Super? What the fuck are they laughing at? What's going on over here? What's happening? What's happening? The guy's feet couldn't touch the ground in the right corner. That's not a guy.
Big listen. We've got some stuff we want to expand on news that Drew recently talked about in the dev update. So I think we can just jump straight into it. So I think one
Drew, our
of the
main
first
character.
things I wanted to chat about is something you actually mentioned, not in the last dev update, Drew, but the one before that. That was that we are going to be resetting doubloons, and we're doing that for a very specific reason, which is we're bringing in something called the Bilge Rat Weekender.
All right, so Doubloon reset's been announced for like, what, a month, 2 months almost now. People have been very emotional about it, and other people have gotten over it. Overall, I mean, me personally, I have nothing to use my doubloons for, so I don't feel like it matters to me personally. But I do understand people who wanted to stack a big number of doubloons. But at the same time, for what? They're never adding anything that costs doubloons. They're only adding returning cosmetics. Before someone says, "Oh, what about the returning?" No, those are cosmetics that only if you missed you can purchase. You can. Most people already have those from buying the plunder pass. From the free plunder pass. Doubloons have served no purpose for nigh on a year and a half now. I'm sorry, but it's not that big of a deal if they're going away. They're getting all converted to gold. They're adding new items for doubloons, and they're giving you those items with your doubloons. You don't miss out. Why people hate on doubloon shit so much I kind of like it. It's just kind of pointless, right, to care about. Like, I get it. Like, guess what? If you raise a ticket, they will refund you your doubloons. They've been doing that for heaps of people. You just raise a ticket and you say, "Hey, I want my things back." Yo, Snoogerbean, check your Twitch whispers. Sorry, because my wife's spouse only lets me get 30 minutes of SOT time a day, so I'm supposed to grind out doubloons to get the rare items. Yeah, what up, Benz? Dead game, you're right. Why are people low-key mad about doubloon reset? They're worth nothing. Well, that's the thing, right? Doubloons haven't had a fucking purpose for, like, unless you've missed a season, which most people who would care wouldn't have, they haven't had a fucking purpose. So I just don't get it. You also got Ferryman today? Damn. Like, I just... Whatever, bro. We're getting a new reason to use doubloons. We're getting a new way to earn them. It's fine. What's wrong, Super? What'd you miss? Nothing. Yeah. So I couldn't care less about the doubloon reset. Personally, if you spend all your doubloons right before they announced it, get them refunded by support. Yo, Richie Benno, thank you for
Items,
purchasing the merch.
2 total $60.
Hell yeah, dude.
20 cents. This artist he trips out 13/8/2026.
Hell yeah, what was the other thing you bought? It only shows me the shirt. How dare you reset my useless and worthless thing? That's the thing, right? I know people are, oh, well, I like seeing the number go up. Why? It doesn't do anything. At least gold, eventually you can spend it. I don't see people getting mad at those old cosmetics come back, but all I've seen is people complain about is the doubloons. Yeah, that's all people complain about. Also, don't be mad about returning cosmetics in an 8-year-old fucking game. This is my hot take. Exclusive cosmetics based on time should have no meaning to people. The only things that should be time-limited exclusive cosmetics are titles. Titles and banners. If there's good-looking cosmetics, like the Mercenary set, that they don't ever reskin or make a similar thing to, what the fuck? Bring it back. It doesn't matter. Might consider buying merch? Based. Really care less for a refund? Yeah, fair. One navy, blue, and black? Oh, nice. Thank you, Richie. Hell yeah. I don't want to ever see these devs drink anything other than Dasani until they get their shit together. Why is the jumper more expensive than the hoodie? I have no idea. I might need to revisit that. I just tried to set everything to $5 profit max. I'd merch my wedding? Yeah.
Do you want to expand on that to give us a brief overview of what we've announced so far?
I did see that stage, Jack.
So yeah, we
Use
talked
code
about
CRUDMaster.
it as part of the previous dev update that we're going to be reworking the entire doubloon economy.
Okay.
That starts with a big reset. We knew that we needed to reset this economy that's kind of got out of control over time. And when we look ahead to, we're going to talk a little bit about the Bilge Rat Weekender, but when we look ahead of how we're going to operate doubloons in the future, we could do a decent job of like reducing the amount
do I
of
get rid of the
doubloons that
background on
players can
subtitles?
earn from various sources in the game. We could deliver a range of
here we go.
cosmetics that players can earn from their doubloons. But we've got this legacy challenge where players over the many years have been earning so many doubloons.
You're mad because the cosmetic you got are coming back because you earned them first. I'm glad because I get the Whaling Barnacle because it's a cool marine life theme set. We're not the same. Yeah, and also, like, I'm sorry, bro, but do you wear these old school cosmetics with some kind of pride? What are you, fucking 10? What, you rock the mercenary figurehead and you go, yeah, respect to the OG. No, fuck off. It's a video game, bro. Grow up. Like, these people are crazy.
That I think we got to a point where we couldn't maths this problem away. we've got
Sorry, how do I make the subtitles not look fucked? Like, how do I make these? Hang on, subtitles. I gotta make this shit readable for people. Font color white, font size 75. Yeah. Window color. Why can't I make it transparent? Window opacity 100%. 0%. Oh, here we go. Font opacity 100%. I figured it out. Thanks, YouTube. Respect to the OG stuff. No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Respect to the OG is the most fucking embarrassing cringe shit. It applies to every game. Fuck Fortnite, Renegade Raider. Who cares? To care about that makes you 6 years old mentally. Nothing special about logging in someday. We all pay the same price at the entry for the game. Exactly. My thoughts. Logging in 10 years ago, logging in yesterday, there's no difference. Sure, you were there and you were supporting it early. Who cares? Like, most people from them don't play. Black Dog and Ferryman now wouldn't complain if they brought them back for everyone at all. That's a little different. You're on the big screen?
to a point where we couldn't balance
exactly
the
red
price
spikes.
of new
Everyone runs
cosmetics
anyway.
and the scarcity of how you're going to earn doubloons in the world without
Far in
kind
the
of
video, are we? We're like a minute. Like a minute 56.
pulling the lever and doing a big reset. So we shared that as part of the previous dev update, and I think that was tough news for players.
It
We
was.
were taking things away,
Shouldn't have
and
been.
even though we've got good justification for why, I think that
Your
was a
dad is like
rocky
Drew?
piece
Alright.
of news.
No, it was. And I think what happens is certainly with our players' wallet balances, they see that
Jesus,
as a number
Star.
goes up and it's a representation of their achievements on the Sea of
Yes.
Thieves.
And the
And
time,
they've attached there's a real emotional connection to that. And I think that we are going to recognise that. We obviously have the doubloon themed commemorative items that will be that we're doing a lot of diligence.
Paid real money, that's a little different, Imo, but if it's in free in-game money, then you're mad, you're a loser. Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, if it was to do, like, that's why I understand, like, Black Dog and Ferryman, right? You had to purchase a physical product that cost money. A little different. Logging into the game just because it happens to be 2018, no different to logging in 2028. I mean, the game won't be around then, but you know. Price for the items being shared early next week, according to Drew tweet. Oh, thank God. Yeah, Baz, I told Theb to upload our podcast and he still hasn't done it.
On making sure they're, balanced
Libra,
and priced
Guy and
correctly. So
Suffering.
it really it does become special
Time is a few, 5:20 p.m.
for those who have earned lots and lots of doubloons over the last few years. But it
Wow.
landed. It was tough. It was tough news to land. We had a lot of players who were upset, and I think we've got some work to do to kind of convince them that we're doing the right thing. And hopefully, over the next few months, we'll kind of show them exactly what our plans were, and they'll feel really good about that.
So, what is the change that's happening to the way that players will earn doubloons? Because it sounds like we're talking about
doubloons.
not just that we're going to be resetting, but we're trying to balance how they earn them in the first place.
It's kind of going back to the way that doubloons were originally envisaged. I think, firstly, currencies and economies in live and evolving games are just a challenge. I think what you said, Chris.
Heavy lifting on the word evolving there, Mike. I'm sorry, bro. Live as well, like, you're kind of moving the game on a stretcher, and I don't think it's evolving. It's evolving in the same sense that, like, if you let a wound fester, some shit grows on it, It's not really evolving.
Christina, that total represents the total time invested in the game.
I maybe bring back Arena, haha. They're not going to do that. I've already kind of gone over why that wouldn't help, to be fair. But at least with Custom Siege, you'll be able to kind of do your own arena thing. But too late for that.
All that, it's not just a number. It's
Evolving
actually
backwards.
all the memories, all the sessions that you've had. So taking that away is not something that it's not a decision we've taken lightly. You've seen us take some other tactics with the gold economy.
There is no gold economy. There's no trading. There's no auctioning. There's no such thing as a gold economy in a game where you can only purchase things and there's no way to earn gold other than selling things. There's no trade. There's no economy because everything costs the same permanently unless they decide to change the price. You can't say economy when there's that. That's not what an economy is. Arena would just run like complete shit and be more dead than before its removal. Wish Gold had a point? Me too. I have 290 million gold and nothing left to purchase in the game. And I don't really sell stuff often. Like, I only sell stuff for new commendations.
In the past, like stopgap solutions and by building something like the Dark Adventurers set for the gold economy. I think for
you should have done that
doubloons,
again.
That didn't feel like the right approach. And I think going back to year one, we added doubloons specifically as our event currency. That was the
econ
idea
you on time
of
for gold actually meant.
come play the
No
game,
gold sync means no
experience
econ.
this moment together as a community, earn this currency at the same time, and then everybody's striving for the same things at the same time.
Yeah.
So in a game like ours, which is largely about cosmetics, you get that added value of the storytelling of it.
The stories. Mike, stop talking about the stories of the game. It's always, the stories. There's bloody stories, mate. You can play the game, there's stories. I got gold from a story. Every time, Mike, you can't... Yeah, he said it. Yeah, what up, Tamlin? He just loves the stories. It's because, you know why he likes the stories? It's because all SOT is now is memories and stories. It's people going, oh, remember when they added this? Oh, that was good when they added fucking Red Ruth fucking twerk off. Like, that's because all there is anymore. There's nothing that no one has a new thing that no one here in Rare wants to play the game. They want to talk about the game. The doubloons are the stories. Stories get on a boat and running away. How about the story of the time those kids said slurs because I sank them? Dude, that happened to me yesterday. That happened to me the day before. That happened to me the day before. Older ratio cubing event. Now that's a story. Revert Game 2020, amazing boom. What stories? Every time I see someone, they call me a slur and run. Stories are running. Yeah, everyone, same opinion. Literally, it's all the same. It's the exact same thing. That's all it is. Once upon a time, funny launching. Yep. The way they do cool events like they used to. That's why people want old stuff back. Yeah. Well, they're now realizing they need to bring those old events back, and they're going to start doing that. A little late. Can't play Adventure PvP because no one fights. I literally stream every day, and it's like 4 hours of just chasing boats. The YouTube short of Link to Gaming? Nope.
You've got that thing, and I understand the value of it because I understand what it translates into in terms of play. So when we thought about the Bilge Rat Weekender, we want to have that community focus and that concurrency of attention on the activities and what the value of doubloons mean. To achieve that, you've kind of got to
know what the
take
Bilge Rat Weekender involves,
it's a challenging
by the
thing
way.
to go do is to reset those doubloon wallets. I think
this out.
we were in control of doubloons and what they meant to players in that first year. I think we experimented with stopgap solutions like bringing back...
So, Bilge Rat Weekender on Insider. When Flameout yelled slurs from the clouds, I missed that so much. It was so good. Just sailing and you just hear him be like, you got supplies. Yeah. So Bilge Rat Weekenders will be a smuggler's voyage for doubloons. A smuggler's doubloon run will task you with smuggling the Bilge Rat doubloon crate along the golden route for high doubloon rewards. Alongside that, a new smuggler's voyage, recovery of a secret shipment will be introduced, gifting you a single cosmetic item for the safe return of lost cargo along with more doubloons. Bilge Rat challenges. Upon each new Bilge Rat Weekender, you receive a Bilge Rat's challenge checklist where you'll be tasked with completing fun and whimsical challenges that suit the party that is the Weekender. From those that any pirate swabby can do, to those that even our pirate legends have never even thought of doing. What does it involve, shooting at a boat? Of course, there are doubloon rewards for each entry you cross off. Returning live events. Wow, 2026, we're finally getting the events back. During each Bilge Rat Weekender, familiar live events will once again return to the seas for all to enjoy, but now with chances to earn doubloons. Now that they're part of the Weekender, these events will rotate and plan to range from the splashing delights of the Festival of Fishing through the thrill of a dark fortress raid. This will give a chance to experience these events again, or maybe for the first time. Festival of Fishing, good. Dark Fortress Raid, average. Lorina's Black Market. With all the doubloons you'll earn during the Bilge Rats Weekender, you want to dip into Lorina's updated Black Market and purchase some of the desirable items which were previously only available as seasonal rewards. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? That's not... Is that a different... Okay, maybe that's a different thing to the other Black Market. Because that's seasonal rewards, and the other Black Market is returning... What do we mean by that? Is that also going to have... Duke has the OG stuff? Okay, good. That's what I was like, yeah, because first of all, we know the Duke is selling shit, right? Okay, so that's just two different things. Seasonal rewards are already available for doubloons. So does that mean that they'll still be costing doubloons and you can only buy them during the Weekender event? That's kind of fucking stupid. Love you, crud. Cheers, CJ. We ain't getting shit. How you doing today? Good. Okay, so Duke has... Okay, why is there two Black Markets? Okay, so there'll be the Duke Black Market with the OG shit, and then there'll be Lorina's Black Market with the seasonal shit. Well, I thought the seasonal shit was going to cost gold. Oh, that's actually worse. That's actually way worse. So if you don't have old seasonal content now, you've still got to get it later, but only during the Weekender? Fucking Christ. Duke. Oh, yeah. Okay, I should have read the next fucking line. Having heard mention of Bilge Rat celebration, Duke is also traveling throughout the seas, waiting for pirates to seek him out. For those who manage to find him, he's carrying a small selection of rare and exclusive cosmetics items, which he's willing to trade for doubloons. He can't stick around, though, so those items are only available while Bilge Rat Weekender is active. Okay, so hers is permanent, his is weak. Understood. What are we covering? The podcast. It's supposed to cost gold? That's... okay. I don't know why they're doing that. Just move the seasonal shit to gold. Whatever. Party dressings, discounts, and fireworks. The Bilge Rats Weekender party celebrations will spread across the seas, with every outpost and sea post decorated in Bilge Rats party dressings, along with discounted stock. Wow. To get everyone in the mood to party. But that's not all. The skies will also be ablaze with fireworks. Timed across different outposts to top off the celebration. You'll find a picture-perfect viewing spot on each outpost, perfect to share grog, laughter, and adventure beneath the colourful skies. Okay, I mean, sure. What the fuck is there to party about? I don't know. What up, Smigged? Anything but getting off Xbox One support? Yeah. I'd rather eat my doubloons and hand them over to Lorena. Literally gonna eat them with ranch. Nice. Sure. Okay, well, okay. Fair enough. New photo wall, I guess.
The season cosmetics, which we wanted to do anyway, but we docked it to doubloon purchases to take doubloons out of the economy. We wanted to invigorate Reaper's chests in the sandbox by paying out doubloons on them. And then we kind of did nothing for several years, and it kind of got a little bit...
Yo, this quote right here could apply to anything in the fucking game. What do you mean we kind of did nothing for several years? This is the summary of the reason I exist online as a guy who rants about this game. We kind of did nothing for several years, and it got a little bit out of control. Mike, brother, I'm going to frame this literal fucking thumbnail right here. It's just perfect. What the fuck? The issue? Yeah. I see the issue right over there beyond Shelly. Right over there. Hang on, let me... Look, it's the issue right there. Look at that. It's Mr. Oh, no, don't work too hard, guys. It's okay. Microsoft won't lay off 9,000 employees and can our only other project we've got. It's okay. We can rely on the $4 we make a year from SOT. It's okay, guys. As it turns out... Hang on. It's okay, guys. As it turns out, we only need to make like £216,000 a year on our live service game. We don't even need to make that much money because Microsoft has our back. We kind of stopped doing things for a little bit. We kind of stopped, yeah, nice one. We made $1 million because of COVID, and then we were like, huh, rock on, everyone take a vacation for 4 years. You had a silly face for the thumbnail in this video with that as the background? Yeah, just me like, oh, they stopped doing things. Here you can work at Rare, and for several years, we'll kind of do nothing. Mike, bro, you need to be fired yesterday.
Out of control. Like, we see this as a way.
It's such actually a hilarious quote. You can apply it for literally every scenario. No, yeah, you can. Why did Arena rot? Because we stopped working on it after we hired fucking, what's their name, studios to build it. We had them build the arena in the game, and then we said, we'll handle it, and then we let it rot. And then we had to get rid of it because we couldn't maintain 2 maps in one fucking game. What happened to Hourglass? We added it to the game. A lot of glitches showed up, like fucking mask bug and captaincy bug, rah, rah, rah. We kind of stopped doing things for a few years, and now we're fixing it. What happened with funny launching and ladder launching? It got added to the game, and we kind of stopped doing anything about it, and then we finally fixed it. What happened to, you know, just anything? We kind of stopped working. We were just having a fun fucking time. Yeah, the smug fucking rat on the table. Oh, bro, imagine if this was your boss and you're like, cool, so I need to fucking set up my resume because I'm going to get fired. Laugh and you go to Ashen Reaches.
To build a healthy doubloon economy out of control.
Healthy.
Like, we see this as a way to build a healthy.
He sounds like Drew last video. Healthy. By the way, total cost for their drinks are 141 Australian or 44.45 pounds sterling with the cheapest shipping cost. This company is going under.
Doubloon economy for the future, which means we've got to take this quite drastic action. But it's
quite drastic after a few years of just doing nothing. Now we're going to be drastic. We just have to wait like fucking 4 years.
In service of creating real player interest.
Getting emotional again?
Over the things that are going to be in the Weekender.
Be scared.
Now, you did actually touch on this briefly, Christina. You mentioned there's going to be commemorative items for people to spend their doubloons on before we do reset them.
How much are they going to cost?
Details on what
just
those
say
items
how
are
much they're going
be.
to cost.
I do.
You do? Great. I'm really glad.
There's a set of really cool doubloon themed items, so players can get their hands
Not
on
really
everything
cool.
from a title, a belt.
There's like I think like the sword and the belt are kind of cool, but otherwise they're not really cool. Like whatever, I'm going to get them anyway, don't get me wrong, but like they're not the prettiest items. Like a belt, no way. Let me show you, for people who don't know, I'll show you what the items look like. Christina's practicing square breathing and stay composed. Please not more than 40k. I'm on 25k and I'm praying that's enough. I don't know. Apparently when people were getting doubloons refunded by support though, support said that there's going to be an event to get a bunch of doubloons right before the reset. So, and I don't know, they probably confirmed that here. Where is it? Here we go. So here's the eye patch. Here's the belt. Fuck, I don't know where the weapons are. Somewhere. They're all right, but they're not like fucking anything to write home about. Like, they're not worth how much they might cost. There's zero chances they do more than 20k. I hope not. First thing I joined them is showing their belts are so good. What do you mean cool? There's an eye patch. It's literally just a doubloon. My thoughts are 10k each. 10k each is crazy. If it's 1,000 each, that's already a lot of doubloons. Like, I don't know though. We'll see.
An eye patch up to a really cool cutlass and a sail.
Wow.
And they obviously are in kind of doubloon value, depending on like the bigger the item, the more that's going to cost you.
How much?
So that you can showcase like that wallet that you had. Obviously for the upper echelon of players, they might be able to grab
The upper echelon of players. You mean Alliance players? You mean people who pay Requiem to this day to get into private servers that they have a bunch of cheaters in to force people out of the servers to give up their boats so they can endlessly grind things, and you said you don't care about them because they're a minority of the player base. You mean that upper echelon of players, or do you mean someone who just happens to sell a lot of stuff for doubloons? I wonder.
Grab everything.
Yeah.
But as well, even though there's a limited time that you
Requiem still exists, yes.
can grab those items, buy them from the shop. If you don't manage to log in, we're going to take a look at players' wallets after that window closed.
Yo, you taking a look at my wallet? Yo, you taking a look at my wallet? Yo, you out here, you looking at my wallet, dog? You pocket watching with all this ice, bro? You stay the fuck out of my wallet. Don't look at that shit.
And award them as if they had bought
Drops aren't active till next week, brother.
those items. So we're going to spend it in kind of the biggest wallet
Until the
order
6th of
first. So
March.
the biggest item that you could afford, you'll get
Wow.
automatically granted until
biggest
kind
belt.
of your wallet.
What? Yeah, no, drops aren't until the day after the new update, which got delayed by 2 weeks. So the 6th of March is when drops start. It's Golden Glory, though, but yeah.
Stripped out, and then for anything left over as well, we're going to be
Oh,
converting
sea
those
spray
doubloons
flies.
into gold for people. So even if you
Wow.
don't manage to log in or take part in this,
What's the
you'll still get
conversion
some
rate?
commemorative items. But if you really care about which ones you want to go after, then log in and make your purchases.
And so, just to talk about Bilge Rat Weekenders for a second, you don't need to go into too much detail, but like,
No, go into a lot of detail.
what
actually.
sort of how are we sort of pitching what a Bilge Rat Weekender is for the average Sea of Thieves player?
What we're going to do is we're not going to advertise it in game other than if you go into the quest table and dig deep. So that way you don't really know it's on until you run into someone in game who tells you it's on, and then you don't believe them.
It is a in-world pirate festival. It's a celebration of the pirate life. So the idea is
Wow.
going back to when we were talking about doubloons earlier, about creating this moment where everybody's doing the same things. The idea is there'll be
running?
activities to go complete for the winner in the world. That's a little
Wow.
bit more pitched towards everybody's kind of level.
Oh,
And then there's
well,
deeper
There's probably not a PvP element, so probably not everybody.
activities with the smugglers, and certain clients will also be making an appearance. So rewarding kind of longer term play and deeper investment
Jack
in the
Sparrow?
weekender to get some of the most desirable
Super
items.
Games Pirates
So
would never
there's
do that in real life.
two aspects to it really. There's the Larina aspect, and then there's the kind of smuggler aspect.
No one is enthused.
But more effort required
could
from
you be?
players there, but it gates the best items. And we'll go into more detail on all of this and the thought process.
Yeah,
on
give us the thought
Community
process,
Direct. So
Mike. I'd love
looking
to hear
forward
your brain
diving into
work.
detail on that.
Cool. We'll move on then. So while we record this podcast, we're in the midst of season 18.
Wow.
Act 3 hasn't released yet.
Nope.
So I think this is a good.
Special voyaging question being run away 200 miles while being chased by another player ship. This still doesn't make me want to play again. Why would it? Why would it?
Time to sort of reflect back on those first two acts.
Oh, here, let's tell us about the two
so
acts.
Drew,
Let's hear about
I'll go
it.
to you first.
First.
Obviously, we had some challenges with season 18. Do you want to kind of just talk briefly on that?
Well, what we did was we added a purple guy for Act 1, and Act 2 is another purple guy, but it's the same guy. And then you go to a fort, and it's really far away, and it takes ages to move the loot, so most people don't want to do it. But, like, Orb?
Yeah, that was the back end of last year, which feels like an age ago. But yeah,
Wasn't talking about toxicity, you
Season
reckon?
1 of season 18
He was a little
was
disappointed
the launch of
he was
our
the one who
Eternal
has to do
God.
this? Yeah.
And as we approach the end,
Even though they weren't generally reckon adding Arena back would gain more players, I don't think it would gain enough players for them to justify the server hosting, honestly. It's just too late. At least Last Ship Standing is going to be an ongoing event that keeps coming back, which is not Arena, but it's as close as we can get.
of the year, we
Purple
were
guy's kinda cool,
scheduled to
though.
launch.
Purple guy visibly looks like a Fortnite character, and in execution is a boss fight where 99% of the time you can't actually hurt him, and it's just kind of drags. I don't think the purple guy is cool, unfortunately. He yaps the whole time and he goes, "This insidious blowpipe will suck you off." And then he spends 99% of the fight invisible, and when you can finally hit him, you only get like one shot in before he goes invisible again. Purple guy, unfortunately, was so bad that after 1 week of this season in Act 1, people thought there was more content coming in that first month. They were like, oh, wait, what? And the loot he gives you, the key to go to a vault in the Raw, if you don't have 2 Ashen keys, you don't even get all the loot, and he doesn't drop an Ashen key, not even one. It's the best boss fight we got, though. Agree on that? No. Ashen Lord World event. Way more fun. I could do a million of those. They take 2 minutes to do. They're kind of fun. You get launched in the air. You can do some silly combos with blow darts. No, I don't think he's the best boss fight. I think he sucks. I think he sucks to fight. I wish he was fun to fight. Purple Guy feels like Destiny 2 raid minus the teamwork mechanics to make them fun. Yep. Did we ever find out why Drew was wearing his head thing to cover his tats? Because he got new tats on the top of his head. Last ship I think will be better than Arena. That chest in Arena would have most of the time been cheese to win the match. We'll see. The thing with Last Ship Standing that I'm seeing a lot of fear posting about is that so you only get one sink per boat, unlike Arena where you would respawn. And a few people experienced basically a 1v1 simulator because everyone wanted to run and wait for the other boats to sink each other. We'll see though. We'll see, you know. I'm excited for it, but if that happens every match, that's going to suck. It really depends though. It depends on the players. But yeah, that's what I haven't tried it on Insider or anything, but yeah. Every boss fight before they nerf the fuck out of them are more fun than Purple Dude. Yeah. Basically me and Demo Hourglass and OCE. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. That's why they said they were going to add a shrinking zone. Yeah, but still, like, that still means if each match goes for the minimum amount of time, the maximum amount of time match can go for, that's still annoying. Like, I'd rather everyone aggressively fights throughout the whole thing, and if you sink, you sink. But instead, we're going to have someone, I really, really don't want to sink this whole time, just sailing around the edge of the circle endlessly until everyone else is sank, and then try to, like, fucking third-party vulture someone. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Act 1 in November. And I think
time he blows up your ship if you don't shoot a cannonball in 20 seconds.
The challenges we shared in the last podcast around season 17, just being a challenge to work on regular monthly updates. And
it is a challenge to work, Drew, you're right. Mike did just say that he didn't do anything for a few years, so I'm sure coming back into trying to work, probably a bit of a challenge.
For those to deliver at quality that we should be proud of. Hitting that at a predictable delivery cadence of every single month has been tough. It's been really challenging to find that balance between, hey, we've got a date that we're shooting for, and we've got a quality bar and aspiration that we're shooting for, and we've got to factor in player feedback and our internal feedback on the experience.
Hitting the mark.
I think you saw that through season 17. We were struggling to almost establish that rhythm. And I think all of those
challenges through season 16 as well. And season 15, which was missing half the content, and season 14, which was not even content.
During season 17 kind of bubbled over and got
when
to
they listen to feedback, like once or twice on Insider in the last 12 months.
First act. So yeah,
it's almost like seasons don't work for SOT as an idea to begin with. People have been saying it. Just drop seasons. I was going to scream.
Yeah, we launched season 18, Act 1 in December. So we had to take a month's delay as part of it. But that enabled us to have extra time with insiders so that we can fold their feedback in and bring Eternal Guard up to a quality bar that we should have been striving for. But
it wasn't good.
We feel a bit rubbish. It was a month later than we intended.
You should feel rubbish.
It's challenging. You think about the Eternal Guard, as you say.
Eternal Guard. Mike, you wanted to say Dark Ancients. I know it. I'm sorry for taking that away from you, Mike. I still don't understand how they delay shit with over 30 companies working with them behind the scenes. It's what happens when you're not ready to make a game or keep a game up, and you have to, as Mike said, we didn't do anything for a few. It's what happens when you get complacent with your job because you have no competition and Microsoft seem happy to fund you, and then all of a sudden they don't, and you have to start scrambling to actually do your job. When they drop it because of Plunder Pass, but I like them to drop the set dates when it's what really fucking them. They could just have a Plunder Pass every 3 months. Like, you don't need seasons to have a season pass. You can just be like, every 3 months, here's some cosmetics that you can pay for. Like, no one would care if they did that.
We were happy with the quality that we reached in the end, but think about what that content represented to new AI. We're obviously trying to push a move set that challenges.
Say that word. Don't say AI. People don't like that word.
Music, you bring in the visual effects, you bring in the integration into the world building. Like,
what integration into world building? The 1 week before you added the vaults for this season, putting some kegs there, or the fact that in 6 days, no, 5 days, whatever, whenever Thursday is, that we're getting Ashen garrisons that don't have any existence in the world or any world building leading up to them. They're just going to go, and they're on the map. You mean those? You mean that world building? You don't do it. You don't do it, Drew. Mike, you don't do it. Hello, Credente, yo. New AI, I'm showing me reskin Phantom. That's what it is. It's a reskinned, Phantom. Don't remember last time anything has been integrated into the world. So the vaults that were added this season in the Raw, they put some like black powder kegs and some shovels on those islands about a month before that. With the smuggler, with the Reaper fortresses, they scribbled some fucking Reaper runes on a few islands. That's it, really. With sneaking, they put some posters up. But they always do it right before it gets added. With the fucking Ancient Megs, they put a few other things up. Like, it's barely world building. It's blink and you'll miss it, and they do it last minute. Game has to survive. Ugh. What Ashen Garrison's even going to do with this season theme in general? They just see Forts of Flame Art decide to put there. Yeah.
All of the kind of spectacle of
Key
it.
fort.
And that's just one feature.
Well,
because the team is split on the month after and then the month after. That's where the challenges kind of arise. And,
well, then drop seasons.
You know, we are just shipping the Eternal Guard at the end of the day. There's only so many ways that can integrate into the sandbox.
Sovereigns.
But I think that's where we really feel the pinch when we're working on multiple things at the same time for that monthly delivery.
Wow.
The move to that strategy came from a...
Even though the studio picked it up, they could save it as a game just gone. I've said before, if another studio bought Rare and Sea of Thieves as a concept, they would look at the code and they'd be like, we ain't able to fucking, we ain't able to unravel this spaghetti. It just wouldn't be possible. Reaper Season was so unnoticeable, it felt like Roderick Rule's effort. I don't know what that means, but I agree. Take a shot every time they say fell short. We got scammed. Ugh.
Good place. It came from giving players regular things to look forward to. But I think when you combine that with the bar that we want to hit and creating meaningful experiences that change the sandbox, like all of those things
meaningful
kind of compounded.
experiences
It is really challenging. It's been quite hard on the team to hit that quality bar.
And there's kind of a cascading effect, isn't there? Because as soon as we're then, needing to spend more time on Act 1 or on Eternal Guard or whatever it may be, then that's like by design that's going to then affect the next act and the next act beyond, because it's the same team kind of delivering each month of that season. So there's very little kind of wiggle room there for the team. So yeah, it's
because you're holding yourself to a seasonal deadline.
We're striving to create the best quality that we can for players, but it's been a challenging one.
Yeah, just drop
you
seasons.
Talk about that sort of cascading effect there.
Make
Shelley.
shit
Is that,
and release it when it's ready.
We just announced that we're delaying Act 3's release by a couple of weeks as well. Is that the reason there, Drew?
Yep. That is ultimately
that's
the
the
reason we have the same season team that is working on Act 1 of Eternal Guard, then worked on the Molten Sands Fortress in Act 2, and is working on the Ashen Garrisons. So yeah, it is
all
almost
worthwhile, meaningful content, by the way.
It's that cascading effect of if we're late with one,
you sound so
we
sad.
try our best. We're in
Drew
there
knows.
Go,
I think Drew, especially after the last video, I think Drew has genuinely realized he's like, we ain't dredging this one back up. It's just underwater. Season thing is already so stupid for this game, and they made it worse by introducing 3-act structure. I love myself to toot my own horn that when they introduced the 3-act structure, I literally have videos of me saying how it's not going to make a difference and it's going to make things worse. Because the 3-act structure was supposed to fix these problems that they're now facing the fallout of, where it's like, oh, well, we can't do things on time and shit's broken and we have to delay shit. It's like you said the 3-act structure would fix all that. The problem is you make an update, there's a bug, you fix the bug, Act 2 comes out, that bug returns. Then you fix that bug, but then there's these other bugs that last, and then you fix the new bugs, and then you go to Act 3, and then that bug comes back, and then you fix that, and then the Act 1 bug comes back. It's like, yeah, aren't seasons supposed to be cohesive? What has linked the things in this on? Nothing. So with the 3-act structure, they changed it from being one connected season of three things to being Act 1 is getting ready and there's a new feature. Act 2 is time-limited content, and Act 2 is the call to action, time-limited content, and then Act 3 is like a new permanent thing that might not be fully related to the season. And it just makes it an incoherent fucking mess. Like, what's this season even called again? Return to the Raw? Sure, we're returning to the Raw, but For what? We kill a purple guy? Act 1. Act 2, we kill a purple guy and we do a fort that's existed forever. Act 3, we do a new type of fort that is just a reskin of a sea fort that's in the raw. There's no reason to go to any other new islands. Yeah, the raw sandbox, like, it's not different. I miss kind of being able to turn players upside down with a harpoon. Dude, I miss crud flipping people, crud-tating them. Purple guys are not on raw islands? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're on big raw islands. It's just rare. And the raw itself is... Yeah, it's exactly the same. Like, yeah, we're getting slight changes to 3 small islands for the vaults, and we're getting 2 sea forts essentially added to it. But what is that? Like... I mean, so the purple guys can appear off of the raw, which is... If you find a purple guy and he's not in the raw, that's just annoying. Because it's like, well, now I got to fucking sail to the raw with this key to get value out of it, fighting him. Because he doesn't drop any fucking loot. No new islands. Morrow's Peak is still the worst outpost in the game. Yep. Last day of summer. It's the last day of fucking February, isn't it? Hang on. How does the month... Oh, fuck. February's almost over. Oh. Yeah, no, it just kind of... Sure, it's a return to the raw, but you haven't really... Once this season's over, hell, once this act is over, no one's going to the raw. Once Morrow's Peak doesn't exist, like as a startable fort, no one's fucking going back to the raw. Sure, next act they will do their little Ashen Garrisons for commendations and shit, but 2 months from now, we go back to the raw being the place where people who are afraid of players hang out. Because there just won't be a reason to go there. You can sell the purple key for like 3k or so. For now, once they get rid of the raw loot boost, although, oh no, the key will probably still sell for 3k, actually. Yeah, it's a shame because the content just has no repeatability. Yeah, and that's the point of a sandbox live service game is enjoyable, repetitive content. Like, Veils are fun to redo. Not if you do them 100 times like me to get the sword. But, you know, a Veil's fun to replay. Voyages used to be fun to replay, but now you made Voyages mindless. Like, that's kind of the point is, oh, I want to do this again. I want to go do a FOF again, because FOFs used to take like an hour and they were way harder. Like, Foddeds used to be fun to stack. I still have cargo. I'll eventually go back to the raw. What about Smuggler's Route in the raw? Who cares? Everyone finished their Smuggler comms. Key should be worth more. Dude, bread tastes better than key. I'm going to take a piss. Be right back. Alright. Yo, check this out. You like collecting chests in SOT? That's right. I got the fucking chest. I'm wearing the chest on my neck, brother. Rather go do a skelly camp for money, 20k base value, than kill a purple dude for 4k. Well, I say it every time. I say it to people who run with dog shit. Go to a skelly camp. Takes 4 minutes. They're next to outpost. You get 20k for an emissary. I can't read what that Russian thing says. Someone tell me what that says. He's got swag. He's got swag. I wish they used a modular great loot template of the Veils for more voyages. Yeah. Well, we thought there was going to be more similar Veil stuff. How do I get that chest? I collected every chest in Sea of Thieves. God, cheers the weekend. Glad I managed to catch a stream day. What up, hoyo? Dude, don't open that. You've just released a boon, Evil Spirits into the world. And the one in the hat, it's a guy or a girl. It's just clearly a female. It's just a like LGBTQ woman, dude. That's not hard to identify. It's, yeah. Speak English or fuck off, dude. No, I want one as official SOT merch. No, fuck no. I would never buy something that's SOT merch. I'll link you it later, bro. Yeah. All right, moving on.
Feature set fit. Yeah. Is there additional resource that we can apply to it? And that we're so limited with, hey, time is just going to tick through. But yeah, unfortunately, Act 3 was affected by Act 1's delay. But I think we've had to take that as a team and go, we need to think long and hard about what content we're delivering, how we...
Don't think too long, Drew, because there's only like Couple months left.
delivering it in future seasons, because I think we've proven that this model that we established in season 17 and we followed up with season 18, that new season strategy isn't hitting the mark, and we aren't able to deliver this stuff at a quality bar that we're proud of.
He said
on
it.
the dates that we need to.
What up?
So we kind
What up, Grabojo? How's it going? Me and Sugarbean actually really like their blue hoodies. I mean, there's a couple okay pieces of SOT merch. I know NZ Goblin had like a fucking shirt that wasn't so bad. I don't know, gaming merch is a very fucking fine line between like cringe, embarrassing dog shit and kind of cool sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, no, 10-1. Yeah, someone already translated for me. It's all good. Said it without crying. That's true. Hitting the smuggler's mark. They couldn't hit their deadlines before, so they added 2 more deadlines would help. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, they were already struggling to keep up to date pre-3-act structure. What up, Madstick? It's just the same shit.
of need to take a step back.
Yeah. And I think we'll touch on a bit of what you're
Isn't
just
hitting the mark
mentioning there
respectfully,
when
we're even
we
aiming for
chat
the mark
about
anymore?
season 19 a little bit later on. But before we get to that,
You guys in the Russians to understand what you're talking about? You look like a beast in that cap. Cool, dude.
I think it's worth maybe looking at the season 17
Type
big
in English
listen
in the
results.
future, though, please.
Yeah.
If you want to take us through those, Christina.
Let's
I do not
do
speak
it.
Russian, nor
So
do I care to
obviously,
translate
when
it.
we did our community direct, the kind of second half of last year, we obviously had our ongoing
Here
commitment
we
to our
go.
players to
Give
kind of
us the
socialise all the results of our
stats.
surveys and make sure,
Give
we
us
are
the
listening and that
feedback.
we're moving things in the right direction. So the season 17 results are in. I'm
means
going to run
Mr.
through them, and
Beast?
I've got some kind of questions that I'll
Oh
ask.
yeah, Grabojo, you
fine
can read
folks.
Russian.
But I think the key thing is a lot of this I don't think came as necessarily as a surprise to us. And we had some
No.
signals beforehand, but risk
Pre-coping. That's pre-coping right there. Well, we didn't think this would come as a surprise because we made quite a controversial change. Right.
really does help us kind of crystallize, and without sounding really boring, it's very easy to like plot on a chart, right? Like, player experience and player sentiment goes up or goes down, and we have that kind of
It
discrete
goes down.
figure that we can track and follow, which is really important to us when we want to kind of lift game sentiment, game health,
Cool.
data points. All up.
Yapping.
So
I think
Move on.
It's worth
Look at
saying as
Mike.
well-
He's like, what are these words?
Well, it's important that the big listen is a much like kind of wider survey. Like not everybody likes to comment on.
There's no way 3 months isn't long enough to release some decent content with a AAA company. Yeah, a lot of other companies do that. Why not? Crystallize. Yeah, I didn't even hang on to that word. Crystallize. What the fuck are you saying? We're crystallizing the data. Basically, we're turning it into a fucking crystal. We're boiling it like we're getting sand and we're heating it up, and that's how you make glass. And we're doing that with the data.
Online or to talk
Sure.
online or
Yeah.
to have an online presence,
Sentiment.
and it means we can capture more feedback from different types of players as well.
Is it
No,
So we
optimized
get a
yet?
broad
No.
view.
there's totally that, and we kind of behind the scenes we have kind of segmented the players into the kind of their play styles, and you're absolutely right. Like
Segmented them into their play styles. With the Seafarer pullover and the design was great. I hate PNG official merch. True. Nice. When does Shooty Fun Talk happen? Probably not here. They're talking about attempting to filter out the red dick suckers. I think they're streamlining their ineffectiveness. Do the devs recognize this game is in shit state right now? Do they ignore it? I don't know. I don't watch these podcasts. So recently they have acknowledged that it's in a shit state. But the problem is they've said they're going to begin to try to fix it. It's like, no, you need to fix it. It's unfortunately, not only have you shot yourself in your foot, you've nailed your other foot to the ground, and now you're just tripping over. Like, you gotta have results yesterday, unfortunately. Don't speak corporate, say sentence makes sense, for fuck's sake. Dude, crystallize doesn't even make sense.
our community is amazing, but sometimes there is pressure to view things a certain way. If you want to say something that's kind of like going against the grain of kind of group sentiment, you're more reticent to go into that. So
Reticent.
this really does give us a sanitized, kind of unbiased look at kind of a broad section of our community and how they're feeling. So the first stat, so the overall player rating for season 17 was 5.
I got I'm watching the stream on my phone right now. Why so many messages are censored? That's a setting you need to turn off. That's a setting on Twitch that you need to turn off. It's not automated by Twitch. Like my Twitch isn't censoring the messages. You need to go into your Twitch settings and there's like a chat filtering thing you can turn off. Just sanitizer in our pocket. They've made wishes to come up with a plan and possibly fixing it sometime in the near decade. They're minerals, Murray! I could create a whole new world with the quest in Skyrim in 1 month as a solo mod maker. The game dev's hard though, dude.
0.6 out of 10 versus season 16, 6.1. So that's
Hang on. Rewind.
a section of our community and how they're feeling. So the first stat, so the overall player rating for season 17 was 5.6 out of 10
What was season 17 again? Fuck me, I've forgotten. Season 17 smugglers? It is, right? I can't read Russian, dude. I don't know what you're saying. Season 17 SOT. That's smuggling, right? It is smugglers. Season 17 is smugglers. Yep. Okay. Hey, guys, did you know that the smugglers was lazy dog shit and we told you on Insiders that it was non-10 and you didn't listen and you added it anyway? Yeah, no. Smugglers season, unironically, there's nothing positive to say about it other than black powder barrels are fun and the abundance of toys, you know, Obsidian Ash, Wind Skulls, Horns of Fair Wind, Skull Siren, sorry, is fun. But the main content, selling to smugglers, doing smugglers voyages, smugglers route, smugglers bottles, fucking dog shit. FOV would have came regardless though. FOV was like side content to the season. Like FOV, quick swap, good. Thematic to the season? No. What do we get? Hang on, let me have a look here. I'm looking on the wiki. Actually, let me make it so you can see it as well. Okay. So, fucking. The only supposed thing you need to do is enough to complete the comms. After that, just harpoon off the boat as trade off for new players. Yeah, most people don't want it. Most people don't want it. Like, you see smuggler shit left at Sovereigns all the time. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we had the anniversary. Wow. We had the community weekend. Wow. We had the heist for Act 2. That sucked. And we had the Reaper Fortresses. The only thing that was popular about the Reaper Fortresses was the Mega Stashes. Notice how no one does Reaper Fortresses anymore? Like, cakes could be removed tomorrow and change nothing to the game. Trash content. Exactly. Like, I just like them because they're guaranteed sinks on bigger boats. That's the only reason I like them. Trade like 25 paintings of few obsidian skulls for 2 coughs. Amazing deal. That's a good deal. They put the Louvre in the Sovereigns. They already knew Season 17 was going to be dog shit, so they added FOV and Quickswap to make the season more remarkable. Yes. Yes. FOV and Quickswap. So I quoted this the other day. If you remember the last big podcast they did, when they were talking about the future of SOT and how they're going to do the subscription for safer seas, fleets, and custom servers, whatever, they said that alongside seasonal content, so smuggler-themed content, raw-themed content, they were going to revisit previous things with the game for side content. One of those was Hourglass. FOV and Quickswap, I consider the same thing, side content. The funny thing is now, with next season, because they've deleted half the content, the first month is just the Hourglass quality of life, which was supposed to be side content. So the thing that was supposed to be, not only do you get a season with the Orb of Souls, Last Ship Standing, and the new Kraken fight, but you're also getting Hourglass quality of life 3 years late. You're also getting that. But now that is what the first month is. The Hourglass fix is just the first month. I translated that you asked the guy to please speak English and he asked me if I have freedom of speech in my country. Shut up, dude. What are you talking about, bro? Speak English. This is an English-speaking stream, bro. Speak English. So, yeah. IMO, FOV, and Quickswap was attempt to bring back play base they lost? Yes. Quickswap and FOV were the most, like, we are breaking glass in case of emergency. Because they have spent years being against that. I think he's trolling. Alright, you can just get timed out for fucking 10 years. Give me a sec. Rack off. I do not need this. There we go. 1,000,000 second timeout. How long is 1,000,000 seconds? 1,000,000 seconds in days. 11 days. See you in almost 2 weeks, bro.
Versus season 16, 6.1. So that
See you next season.
that's effectively a 5% dip in kind of enjoyment of the
Hi,
season.
Crossed. What up?
I think, given how we announced the
Here we go.
theme
Hope
of
time.
season 17, it was at the Xbox Summer Showcase. I think it's fair to say, I think reception was a little lukewarm, I think, at that moment.
Hey, guys. Do you remember the reception of season 17? It was people going, this is reskin merchant shit. And then people said, no, it's not reskin merchant shit. I love the game and it's not reskin, actually. And then when you sold the smugglers bottles, it gave you merchant commendations. I remember. Screw Russian dog. No, I got Russian friends like Grabojo. Lukewarm, freezing cold, more like, yeah. We're in a situation where FOV and Quickswap changes are better than 2 season no content. Well, that's the other thing, right? Like, yeah, GG's. Yeah, like, the reception was, this is reskinned lazy content. And then there was the dick riders and the Mels and people like, oh, no, actually, it's new. You're just ungrateful. And then it turns out it in the code of the game was reskin content. They gave us picture frames that block cannonballs and giga kegs. Yeah. Watch this man realize how much devs just don't give any fucks about their own game. Dude, they literally admitted it before. Mike said we didn't do anything for a few years. Like, it's crazy. I just don't understand how it can be this bad. Right when they realize that saying we missed the mark doesn't work. Yeah, like, you can't just say, oh, we fucked up every week. If Fulton Cookstop was breaking the glass emergency button, maybe there's hope for fish launch return. It's called crud launch, not fish launch. Smugglers is a cool idea. However, estimated was around 10% fleshed out at release. Completely unacceptable. Hey, I remember there was a second Smuggler's Voyage that they dropped because it was just the same as the first. Even better, the current situation makes the partners not defend this ass content, which is good, but at the same time, some of those partners, I'm talking to you, some of those partners thought what I'm doing right now was abhorrent, terrible, evil content, because how dare I, 2 years ago plus, say, I don't think this will be good for the game. I think this will make the game pretty bad if they keep this up. Because I made the evil, evil choice of just saying my personal opinion. Oh, that's negative. That's hate towards the game. You don't like the game. You want the game to fail so you can laugh about it. And now they're making videos saying, why Sea of Thieves is dying. How I would save Sea of Thieves. I see you. I don't forget these things. God forbid you have an opinion. Yeah. Can Rare just sell SOT to another game company that can make SOT better? I said this before. If they sold it to someone else, they wouldn't be able to they wouldn't be able to fix it. It's that and playing with a teenager, you evil dick. Yeah. How dare I? Teb's not even a teenager. He's 20. He's almost 21. Like, but yeah, no. I don't. People don't forget.
And I don't think we ever really kind of change people's perceptions of that. So I guess, is that kind of what everyone expected to see? I'll go to you, Mike.
Yeah, I think so. I think part of the opportunity with the showcase is to put Sea of Thieves out there, excite the community. I think that means what you're going to put forward.
Yeah, they have to start again, so it wouldn't be worth it.
Needs to be ready a lot earlier, which means you're kind of in the awkward position of making commitments on things that then need to get scoped in the team. And there's things in that trailer, Portmerrick, which was there deliberately to kind of excite people, because that's exactly where we were thinking in terms of the feature set and having this awesome siege on.
What he's talking about is the heist was originally going to take part in Portmerrick, and you were going to go into that chamber full of treasure from the final adventure. So to a GTA 6? Neither.
That location, I think the reality of actually achieving that at performance across all the various hardware that we support was incredibly challenging for the team. So season 17 was that we kind of had that lukewarm reception, and I think we look back.
Hey guys. Hey Mike. What are we saying there, bro? Are we saying that the Xbox One is holding back the development of the game? Sorry. Are we saying that the heist that was supposed to take place at Portmerrick couldn't take place at Portmerrick because you won't stop supporting the fucking Xbox One?
Excite people, because that's exactly where we were thinking.
Read
in
the
terms
subtitles.
Of the feature set and having this awesome siege on that location. I think the reality of actually achieving that at performance across all the various hardware that we support was incredibly challenging for the team. So,
oh, just drop support for the Xbox One 5 years ago, Mike, when it was fucking an 8-year-old console. Just drop it. Yous have gone out of your way to fuck this game because you won't stop supporting Xbox One. Or go out of the way and say Microsoft won't let you. Because we have a clip of you on a Shiny Rays podcast where you say you don't want to drop Xbox One support because, in your opinion, as a fucking Xbox higher up, if you consider this thing, like he's owned by Xbox, but he's a higher up in his company. In his professional opinion, Xbox is just like a different configuration of a PC, which is the most fucking incorrect statement I've ever fucking heard. Mike, you're fired, bro. Yeah, different hardware configuration. No, it's a console that you can't adjust the hardware of. I can have an old shitty PC and I can up the RAM, I can up the GPU, I can up the CPU, or I can buy a new one. You can't make an Xbox better than it is. Old PS3s and I think maybe Xbox 360s, you could change the hard drives in to a higher RPM one. Not new ones. Just you have admitted that Season 17 would have been slightly better. It still wouldn't have been good, don't get me wrong, if you just fucking got rid of Xbox One support. Stop dying on this hill or admit that Microsoft's making you do it. Like, it's just embarrassing at this fucking point. I got a lot of comments on my last rant video. People like, hey, I don't want them to drop Xbox support. And I go, I said Xbox One. And they go, oh, what? Yeah, okay. And it's like, you deaf motherfuckers. When was the last good season? Season 9. Xbox One support is holding back the game? It is. It is physically holding back the game. They can't expand the amount of ships in a server, nor the size of the map, which they don't need to make the map bigger. They just need to fill it out more, because of Xbox One. They genuinely can't do it because of that. Mike has admitted that, and he said they don't want to ever stop supporting Xbox One. And look at this fucking dismal group of people right now having a cry fest because of it. They did a survey for the amount of Xbox One players they'd shoot themselves in the foot. I've said before, do a hardware survey. If more than 4% of players that log in weekly are playing on Xbox One, I'll eat my own hat. They got rid of Xbox One support, they wouldn't have even made smugglers like this probably. They did that much earlier, they would have made different, bigger, I think, seasons earlier. Yep. I mean, they easily could if they optimized this clusterfuck Yandir dev coding. Yeah. Watch the Season 9 launch trailers, baffling how much content they put back in, and Season 9 didn't have much. Yeah, no. Here's Mike saying, hey, Season 17 was held back by Xbox One. But, you know, we're going to keep supporting it because we are fucking... We're dumb. We're bad at making games. We used to be good. That was the 90s. We're owned by a Japanese company that whipped us daily to make good games. Now we're owned by a company that is currently turning into an AI robot factory. Now the CEO of Xbox is someone who is LARPing as a gamer instead of saying, yeah, I don't play games. It's over. Do you think they'll ever drop Xbox One support? Nope. The game will drop all support, not just Xbox One at the same time. When they drop Xbox One support is when the game drops support. 4120 people are playing SOT on Steam right now. Yeah. The thing is, a majority who play on PC don't play on Steam. But anyone who plays on Steam did pay for the game. Important factor to take in. And the downward, upward trends of Steam are indicative of the player base as a whole because it's just showing you the interest in the game as players. But it's important to note that while Steam isn't the majority of the player base, it is the majority of the payer base.
17 was that we kind of had that lukewarm reception. And I think we look back
Note to self, work for Rare if you hate yourself, never met. Note to self, work for Rare 5 years ago so you could spend 5 years without working. And then quit this year because you're about to get fired anyway. How big can the Xbox One player base even be to make it that detrimental keep? Tiny. Like that thing, 12k players, I don't think that's weekly. There's 820k people on Xbox One watching YouTube right now according to the site. Yeah, like, it can't be big enough to justify. Like, and I say it every time I say this. I'm not saying it's a good thing to say to someone, hey, you need to upgrade your fucking hardware. You need to buy a new console. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm saying that's terrible. Realistically, a game console should exist forever and they just upgrade it like you can a PC. But obviously that's not the reality we live in. But you would understand if a console with a game on it that's a live service game, if they said, hey, we're not updating this version of the game anymore because your console is shit. We'll give you the old version and we'll keep it like that, but if you want to play it with updates, upgrade. Like they did with PUBG. Like they did with fucking Genshin Impact. Have we missed the mark yet? Yes, they have said missed the mark. At this point, the Xbox One is a downgraded potato battery. Dude, at this point, the fucking remote for my aircon can run SOT better than fucking Xbox One.
And you say, well, I'm still moving things and ferrying things around the world. Like, is that really different in terms of what I can do now in Sea of Thieves? I could do before, in Sea of Thieves, but then...
Mike, don't say that, bro. You're boiling it down to its most basic features.
I think from the showcase to launch, things just had to fall away to meet a deadline. And I think it wasn't the strongest theme in hindsight.
No, it was dog shit because you can't smuggle in a lawless world. Smuggling doesn't make sense if there's no fucking like police force or whatever. Like, Google what smuggling means, Mike. The theme doesn't work because you can't smuggle something from and to someone if there's no one who would be apprehending that, I guess you could say. Also, Smuggling in this game is taking the same 4 types of loot between one smuggler company and another. You aren't even smuggling something from someone on an island to a smuggler or back and forth. It's not like you go get loot from a smuggler and then you take it to fucking Grog Soaked Dead. No, it's you take it from smuggler A to smuggler B, who's about 3.5 squares away, and you will get 2 skelly ships with keg spawn on you. It's not even fucking smuggling. That's just playing fucking pass the parcel. When they're writing trailers, something like millions of active players, they need to get a reality check because most of those accounts are alt accounts. Most of them people who never heard of the game and only played it for maybe a week and never touched it again. That's why I say weekly logins. Weekly logins is the important thing. Smuggling would work post-GMU law-wise, but still shit. Yeah, once the Grand Maritime Union's in Season 20, smuggling would work. Love when they try to say we try to do too much. Yeah, there's nobody to hide anything from anywhere. Yeah. Smuggling more like merchants that emissary flag. Me when I'm a pirate doing crimes. Great heavens, bro. In my opinion, Resh remove content that people don't like. Basically, Season 12 up to current. Move it to safer seas. Move sea forts, move shrines, move tall tales, move fishing. Put them in safer seas. Fuck, we're getting safer seas fleets. Have them there. I bet you could just type on the creative director, Reworking to Sea of Thieves, give me a list of 10 bullshit ideas what to add in my game to Google. Gemini smugglers would probably be in there. Until they do something with Flameheart. Was supposed to be next season. Now it's not. I personally am looking forward to Season 20, not Season 19 much at all. I mean, I'm looking forward to Season 20, as in I'm looking forward to see if it happens. They wasted an Xbox showcase slot for Season 17. Yeah. It just, like, how did no one in the creative directive team say, like, yeah, so what are we smuggling? How are we not just doing merchant voyages? Who are we smuggling from and to, and who is trying to prevent us from smuggling? It does not make sense for our season more because people doing them get sad when other play. Well, that's the thing, right? What up, T-Bomb? I was saying the other day, Tall Tale should be moved to safer seas. And then I think it was yesterday or the day before, we ran into someone doing Tall Tale, and people in chat were like, oh, leave them alone, they're doing Tall Tales. It's like, why leave them alone when they can play the server that people won't be in? They can play on safer seas and be left alone. Why is it my job to have some weird fucking forced moral, responsibility because, oh, they're doing Tall Tales? I don't care. Go to safer seas and do them so there's not a wasted slot in my server of someone who might actually want to fucking play the game, interact with another player, not hide from other players. If you want to do Tall Tales and have the thrill of a person approaching you, don't get me wrong, do them in high seas. But I don't want to be told, oh, leave him alone, he's doing Tall Tales. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Sure, people said smuggling was shit, they just don't work at Rare anymore. Yeah. Any hopes for Fort Royal or the Port Merrick 2.0? I don't think we're seeing it. PvP, mate? PvP. Should I have to justify when I'm sinking someone? I was saying to that guy yesterday, I was getting mad. I was saying, he's like, oh, I have nothing. I'm like, you have an emissary flag up, you have supplies, and I'm a Reaper. Also, if you don't have an emissary flag up, you have supplies. Also, you're just a boat on a game that I'm allowed to sink a boat in. There's no justification required to sink someone in Sea of Thieves. It's the same as Arc Raiders. Should I saw Lunju now? Or, dude, exactly, Zach. Yeah, that guy. Logbook is worth gold? Yeah, what missed? Everything. Logbooks should be worth more. Logbooks should work on a different scale other than going up in value based on how long someone's gone without sinking. Also, if you cap, you have but the thing is, Cliff, you don't need to justify it. You can shoot a cannon at a boat. There's no penalty for doing that. So I'm going to do that. Also, considering OCE being so dead, seeing a boat is like a miracle. Well, that's the other thing. I play in fucking Australia. Not my fault. I live here. If there's few players, I'm going to hope they know how to play the game. That's the excuse with Let's Leave them. They're doing Tall Tales work before Safer Seas. Yeah, exactly. Before Safer Seas, sure. Now, no. You're opting in to PvP by doing a Tall Tale on high seas. Should people that run automatically be scuttled? Yes. Unless they're brand new. Logbooks should become worth more the more ships you sink. Yep. I sink people because I don't like their cosmetics. Based.
We've always wanted to do. I think smuggling has been there, but right even before launch as a theme. But I think the way we executed
there was never smuggling.
Was we weren't happy with that execution. So not a terrible surprise to see that reception.
Yeah, I think
not a terrible surprise, but we're gonna keep going.
Thing is that this obviously touching on the Bilge Rat Weekender. This definitely gives us a foundation to go build upon and improve.
Yes.
I think it's fair to say. So obviously that no spoilers. Watch the community direct. At the end of March, but I think that it is a foundation fundamentally for stuff that we're looking at including and building upon in future with the Bilge Rat Weekender. So moving on from that, because I don't want to dwell, but we did have some content highlights. So Black Powder Barrels and Reaper Fortresses were the most popular features of the season, and
Reaper Fortresses are only the most popular feature of the season because of Mega Stashes. They are now the least popular feature in the game.
Surprisingly, I don't know
Hyperbole, but you get what I mean.
about you, but I saw many a clip,
big explosions.
which I did enjoy. And I think
Base
the
pivot.
dynamic of this was really different this time round because the NDA for Insiders had been lifted. So as soon as those black powder barrels went into Insiders, we had the signals that they were going to be really fun for gameplay because people were having fun with them and kind of vocalizing that.
Yeah, because you nerfed Mega Kegs like 4 years ago, and these work like how old Mega Kegs work. That's why people are having fun with the black powder kegs, because they're just old Mega Kegs that don't blow up straight away. Do you see any value in helping others complete their quest goals and learn, or do you only value seeing others? Say you run a genuinely nice person? Oh, no, yeah. If I run into someone who's genuinely like confused, so I have every commendation in the game. I'm not just a PvPer, I do everything. If I see someone and they're just like, oh, well, I don't know what the fuck's going on, I'm happy to help, because I would rather a new player get experience at the game, so in the future, if I show up, they're like, oh, yo, I want to fight this guy. I very much value people getting better at the game, especially because this game does not teach you how to play in any capacity. You literally need to watch streams to understand this game, not even YouTube videos. You need to watch streams to get into this game properly. No, if I ran into someone who's like, fucking like, what is going on? Or like, hey man, I've had fights before where I have completely cooked someone. I shoot over and I go, hey, wait. Can we try that again? Can you teach me? Like, I've had that before where I've said to someone, all right, we'll repair them. And I'll be like, all right. We've had situations where, and Nessie's done this a bit as well. When he used to stream, you'd see him do it, where he would board their boat and then he'd like coach that person into trying to sink Sponge or whoever was on his boat. Like that happens. Where it's just like, sometimes that's funner than actually just, I mean, anything's funner than just curb stomping a new player. But yeah, I'm happy to like teach new players, help new players, do what I can for them, as long as they're willing to learn. But for the most part, I would expect people to not think that if I PvP or want to PvP, that I'm some fucked up freak for wanting that. There's nothing left in the game for me. Here's the thought I should think about. Maybe people listen to people who play the game and not your damn bullshit thoughts. Yeah. It's good to hear. I truly value helping others, even though I could take most. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't get any joy about sinking someone in 4 seconds. That's shit to me. I want them to get better. That's, yeah. What's the difference between human interactions and the bugs? Thanks for adding a second in between. Oh, sorry, that's the difference. Yeah. One question, where the fuck is Nessie? I hate to admit it, but Nessie went to fucking Kenya and a goddamn zebra stomped on him and now half of his brain doesn't work. So every other day you can get a full conversation out of him, and then every other day he's just drooling. It's really sad. Like, I was in a call with him the other day and he was normal, he was cognitive, and then he just started being like, and I was like, what? And so I had to call his mum to like take him off the computer. I'll spread the word. Some days he can't stop talking. Yeah, Nessie could work for rare now. Not really a big change though. Yeah, it was made worse by the mercury intake. Yeah. No, funnily enough, Nessie messaged me at, hang on, what time was it? 4:55. I went live at 5. He goes, want to watch me play cat game? And I go, I'm literally about to start stream. And then he said, die. So Nessie literally wished death upon me. So, just before you take his side, think about that. Like Run for years is one of the best games I've made, in my opinion, but all things come to an end. The problem was, and even Mike admitted it, they spent years doing nothing. My like, in memorial of Sea of Thieves, what went wrong? They had no competition ever, and because of that, they got complacent, and they just didn't add anything of substance. When is Steb releasing the podcast? I fucking messaged him again the other day. He's like, oh yeah. Did you see the thing I put in Discord last night? I was so confused. I don't think so. I'm sure rant because I want to do my daily stream thing. We're 16 minutes into a 33-minute video. We're an hour and 23 minutes in.
Much earlier on, so that was great, and that's validated in the results here. And our Reaper Fortresses are really popular as well, so they scored 4.1 and 4.2 out of 5 respectively.
Once again, Reaper Fortresses were only popular because of Mega Stashes. No one does them at all.
And then improved weapon switching was the 3rd most enjoyed feature of the season 17 feature set.
Wow,
which I think is great, because I think
double gunning,
when you think about
we
features,
can quick swap.
You might not necessarily think improving something is going to make
yeah,
huge impact, but from our ratings, it absolutely did, and it was,
It's good.
it really kind of hit the mark. So
we hit the mark. All we had to do was a thing people have been asking for fucking 8 years. All we had to do to hit a mark was go, hey, that thing you've been begging for. We're going to put it in the game. They put quick swap in and they hit the mark. Holy shit. Maybe it was the toxic, sweaty, double gunning, tryhard, hourglass arena people that were right about a positive thing in the game. What? Never heard them say that. Yeah, do you think Reaper Fort's more fun to do because of the chaos of mega stashes? Literally just because of mega stashes. We hit a mark. We hit one mark. You think improving something doesn't contribute? This woman loves her ratings. Wow, you fixed something you originally fucked. Amazing. Yep. All you had to do was go, maybe it would be better if it was comfortable to shoot weapons in the game where you can shoot weapons instead of going, no. Those people who shoot weapons, bad. Can't get enough of massaging a fragile ego with ratings. Yeah, they hit the second mark. Who's Mark? Why is he getting hit? It's Reaper Mark. You know the flag you put up? Reaper's Mark? That's Mark's Reaper flag. Mark got fucking knocked. One hit Mark out of the other 2 million that were missed. What's this clip? I'm not watching a clip.
So I know the Guardians of Fortune team did a lot of work on that, and that should be
They
really
did a lot of
satisfying
work
to
on
know
that. They went
fundamentally
undo. They had crud launch back
more
now,
people
if
than not have
only.
said that's changed the nature of how they do combat, which is
I still look at clips that are
Aqua?
playing through of season 18
Yeah,
and people
good.
skeeting with much smoother combat.
Don't say
and
skeeting,
I
Drew,
think
not in a
that's almost-
professional
It's hard to
setting.
call out as a feature and for you to put it front and center in a.
Actually, it's really easy for you to call out as a feature and put front and center in a trailer. You just need to upload footage that isn't people using Blunder Sword. Remember that clip when they were adding in the smugglers that Nessie tweeted? Let me find. You know what? Let's go on a quick little Nessie tweet adventure. And that's the first time they use skating. I mean, you really shouldn't be saying skating in a professional setting. So they're saying that it's hard to incorporate that into like a trailer or like whatever. And when the fuck did Nessie tweet it? It was around the time of Smugglers. I hope he didn't delete the fucking tweet. Oh, Nessie doesn't tweet much. Where the fuck would it be? It's a clip of them doing a really shitty blunder at distance. It's this. Look at this. All right, watch this PvP right here. Yo, Sunder, how you going? I'm good. How you doing, brother? Yeah, check this out. All right, watch. Time to PvP. Better pull out my blunder. What are we doing? What are we as a developer of a video game doing firing a blunder like that? What are we doing? I know what we're doing. We're getting our SOT partners to play for us.
Of course, it didn't get knocked off the ladder. You notice? I do.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Do devs actually play the game? They test on private servers among themselves? They test on private servers. POV SOT partners? Exactly. Fucking exactly. Equivalent of throwing the wig and running while under it. It's just crazy. Like, the devs are like right here. Look, Drew says
how they do combat, which is
I still look at clips that are playing through of season 18 and people skeeting with much smoother combat, and I think that's almost, it's hard to call out as a feature and for you to put it front and center in a trailer. But
actually, it's really easy to put quick swap front and center in a trailer. You just need to not have your devs like not know how to play. You need them to learn, oh wait, I can go snipe a pistol and kill someone. That's all they had to do. That's all they had to do. But no, instead they've got fucking dog shit blunder sword at a distance dropkick idiots. I already read that. He sounds so giddy saying skit. Yeah. Looks like the game play of a vibes-based player in 20k Tawny. Oh, Jesus, you're right. Tattoos are so aggressive? Yeah. Sponge-tage is a trailer.
You feel it every time you're
Embarrassing.
in combat on an island or in land.
It touches the whole experience, which is why when Black Powder Barrels
How much
finding them
montages?
across
Just have
the
them
sandbox,
try the guns.
I do think on those points, both Black Powder Barrels and Reaper Fortresses were the ones we had the most fun with. They were the ones that were the most fun to design, the most fun to balance, the most fun to have design sessions on. I think at the time working on
traps
Reaper
to a
Fortresses,
fort.
it was like,
They had a ghost ships to a fort.
The last act of the season.
You put a keg
Because
sideways.
it typically is where we put our strongest
Gave
content.
it a health bar.
Just happens to fall
Made it
out
take
that
10
way
seconds
in
to
terms of the
explode.
time that you have.
Crazy.
But yeah, like no great
Had
surprises
Freedy
there.
do it
and
for?
I think
Yeah,
that
had Freedy do it
reflects
for.
the way we felt internally about the features.
Love seeing
No,
sandbox. You love seeing stories.
I think
They
looking
made
at
a
this, the
bomb.
least popular
They did surgery on a grape.
were the smugglers' hideouts and the smugglers' route run voyages. So they scored 2.9 and 2.6.
Oh, people fucking hated it. Even the like forced positivity community of SOT hated it. The fuzzy clip revived so many memories of me and my friends watching compilation of him dying, complaining. Everybody double gunning. Out of 5? Yeah, out of 5. Not out of 10. Remember, Kev, sometimes it's out of 10, sometimes out of 5. These are out of 5. Oh, this team of 4 Galleon yep. Failed to read it, but I know what you mean.
Out of 5 respectively. And just kind of going back to that previous point I made about kind of that being a foundation to build on, like, do you see that as a signal that there is improvements to be made in that experience, or kind of new ways of kind of...
Yes, him going with the mouse. That's the only positive thing Fuzzybon's contributed to like online culture, is him going with his mouse.
Rewarding people for going down that particular route, like without giving too much away, how is that Bilge Rat Weekender going to kind of evolve to make that slightly more interesting?
I think
Show that clip. Someone send me that clip and I'll show it.
On why you're doing it and how that's a focus for players in
I
the
don't have it
sandbox.
saved.
I think the thing we've often heard from the community, and we asked ourselves the same question: who are you smuggling from?
Who are you smuggling from? Yo, focus. Cheers for the merch purchase.
One total $19. Skid this meet the mark.
Hell yeah. It did meet the mark. 69 stream streak. You're...
And the answer is you're smuggling past other players in the sandbox. That only works well when everyone's focused on the same thing. So using that as a foundation as part...
Mike, no, dude. That's not what it is. That's... yeah, as Baz said, isn't that every other loot item then? You aren't smuggling loot past other players? What are we doing? Yeah, think, Mike. Think. It's time for you to go. Yeah, no, Mike, it's just, you gotta pack it up, bro. What the fuck do you mean you're smuggling loot past other players and that's what you're smuggling? That's the whole fucking game. And also, modern player base of SOT don't care about other players. They're afraid of them. They're not going to try to stop you and take your loot for the most part. Oh. What up, TC, bro? Mike is just dropping banger after banger after banger with this. He's like, hey, here's a shit thing I've said. And then the rest of the team's like, can't smuggle loot by people who don't even want loot. Exactly. And the other point with that is, it's only smugglers' loot anyway. So most players did that on their own and they don't want to intercept that loot. Not that they even know that you've got it. Like, oh, they might be on the smuggling route. No one's looking. Louis Shelley's face, she's sitting there thinking about what Mike said. That's a common thing. Mike speaks and everyone just goes, Then maybe they missed the mark of the showcase, then dropped. They realized they couldn't actually deliver on the shitty showcase. Them admitting that the Port Merrick heist was cancelled because of Xbox One support. Smugglers loot is worthless? Yep. Where Drew just takes a sip every so often like he's being held at gunpoint. Mike speaks and they'll start meditating. What up, Pinky? If the stuff at the Emporium was the traders' rewards in shops, people would grind out gold and have more of a reason to stay out. Stay around? Yep. Simple as that. Give us a reason to play and use gold.
The Bilge Rat Weekender as part of a black market does make all the sense in the world. So that should inject some new life into that way.
It won't.
I think it's fair to say
more
that
voyages that do the same.
just with the limited time that we had, the reward, the nature of the rewards of the voyages for the Smugglers League fell a little bit flat with players, whereas the actual structure of...
And they're in insiders for 5+ months, and we told you, these rewards fucking suck. These voyages fucking suck. And you said, hey, does the voyage work? And we said, yes. And they said, thank you for the feedback. And it was like... And then they got rid of one of the voyages. Who put that time limit in place? Surely they set them themselves? Yep. Yes, they did. Why is it called a weekender if it's every damn month? Oh, because it's on a weekend of every month. Call it the month ender. Shouldn't it be every weekend? It should be, but... Question for Crud Trap, Molten Sands, Red Skull? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
smuggling things on a known route past other players. Like, we still believe there's potential in that.
There's no
Just
potential
the
in that.
items need to be a bit more meaningful.
I know there's a world event going on, 1,000 more different activities that earn dozens of gold. I still better be cautious smuggling my super smuggle loot because it could be a sneaky smuggler. Oh, thank you, Nani. Thank you. All right, here's the clip. Here's the fucking stupidest clip of a clown.
I'm just going to the bottom.
Just pay attention to his webcam.
I hope they fix the other side of the rope.
What are you doing? Only positive contribution that guy's ever done to the internet. Everything else is just hate. It's okay, Fuzz happens to the best of us. Yeah. Yummers.
Yeah.
Fully honestly, Crud, how would you rework SOT world events? So, what I would do is I would do the original plan for Mega Stashes, which is any event, any world event could have one of the Mega Stashes, which there's supposed to be 5, I think, versions of, or their normal loot pool. So every world event you'd want to at least check out because you might get a Mega Stash. I would have 2 world events at the same time, usually in the same area. I would have world events modified to work on a timer. So the faster you get to a world event and complete it, the higher value it is. So then every world event might make a noise or whatever. And then everyone goes, oh, fuck, we got to go get that because that's probably going to be like a 10 times fucking loot value if we get there quick. The whole server's going to the same spot. Everyone's fighting it out. Every world event is competitive. Remember when they warned players about the risk of PvP when they were planning the routes? You can't smuggle shit if you can't hide shit in your boat. So how's it different transport and loot in a boat? It isn't. You want to see a block of cheese? God, you have to be the one to save the game at this point. I'm only in ideas, man. I can only do so much. And up until recently, my ideas have been considered negativity and toxicity because I didn't agree that the game was taking a bad path. But now everyone's making that statement. So genuinely a really good idea. Yeah, like, and I've spoken about it way too many times to go into it, but I have ideas for what I would add as world events and shit like that. When the more ships contest, the longer it will take, the less loot. If a ship's around, okay. To increase on the timer is a physically visible circle far around the world event, and it shrinks. And if a boat's in there, it stops shrinking. How about that? And so then it keeps you in the radius of the world event, fighting. You might even be in a situation, think of ideal SOT, which is everyone's on a galleon. 2 people from the galleon are doing the world event. 2 people are on the galleon manning it and trying to fight the other galleon, while 2 people from that galleon are not doing the world event. And so it's a constant war of naval and on island trying to rush the world event out. I don't know. It's something, you know? It's something. I more likely meant the Ghost Fleet is boring and pointless. Yeah, just get rid of Ghost Fleet. Just, Ghost Fleet sucks. Regular Skull Fort sucks. Just get rid of them. The world events have a decreasing value. Yeah. The important thing is, though, they have a super high value, though. So it's like big high value. Get the fuck over there and do it. Simple as that. May the Ghost Fleet cover the entire map. Oh. Ugh.
I think with items and concurrency, it really changes the nature of that engagement and that prospect. So I'm excited to see how that works out. And then again, I'm going to go through these. Game health. So game health improved from a kind of experiential perspective by 1% with regards to cheating at toxicity. So that's a super small improvement, but importantly for certainly for me, not.
I thought cheaters were everywhere. Yeah, they would revitalize world events that are dead. Exactly. If they get rid of a significantly increased value of the shit events, yeah, just change them up. I do in the Ghost Fleet, at least I can hit my shots there. I get annoyed because I get overwhelmed by that world event. Problem with the Ghost Fleet is it's a minimum of 17 boats you have to sink in it for very little reward, and there's a lot of sailing around to pick up the rewards. It's kind of annoying. But you could rework it. I'm sure I could think of a rework I'd want to do for it instead of just dropping it, but I don't care enough right now.
Regression. We'll talk about this as we kind of tee up season 19.
I value because more gold, but they wouldn't make more ways to spend the
gold
gold
at the minute regarding
that's the other
Hourglass and
part.
cheat prevention measures.
Nice job, guys. Let's all throw a party having appropriate relations to our eco-friendly workplace.
I think are really going to hopefully see that stat increase a lot more. And if you
supplies using the fleet as well, that as well, it does drain your subs for maybe 3 Wraith Balls if you're lucky.
I just want to touch on something that we're doing internally. So we did that first big listen survey for season 16, and we had a really big signal there that actually negative player encounters were really impacting our players' perceptions of game health.
Okay. A lot of people have had negative, genuinely toxic encounters in this game. A problem is, especially with surveying the masses, is that negative player encounter for me and for you could be two completely different things. For me, a negative player encounter is someone who calls me slurs. For most of the players, a negative player encounter could be someone betraying an alliance, just sinking them, gaslighting them, which is kind of similar to betraying an alliance, following them, just anything. So many times that I fight people in SOT that don't want a PvP, they have this insane victim complex, and they would consider that a negative interaction with the player. They would say that is toxic, that you even tried to follow me as a Reaper 5 while I've got Athena 5 and I've got all this loot on my ship, and I'm on a bigger ship, and I've got more supplies than you. Like, it's too objective to be a metric. And I say that for toxicity as a whole in all of gaming. You can't say, oh, this was toxic because they were an alliance and they sank me. That's not toxic. That's just a game. They're just gold collectors? Yeah. I was once called toxic for singing a Reaper 5 brig doing a Skull of the Banished Forge. Yeah, so you can't say, and the problem is this, as much as I say this does affect those players. This does make people stop playing, but you shouldn't adjust the game around that. And I don't want to say sensitivity, but you shouldn't adjust the game around that sensitivity. If someone is upset because they're not good enough at a game that they get killed in it every time, or in this case, they get sank every time, fair enough. But don't try to be like, all right, well, how can we fix that for you? Other than adding in the obvious steps, which are fucking guides on how to PvP. It's high seas. People are going to try to sink you. You need to know that. Never ceases to amaze me how offensive people find it when you betray an alliance. Dude, it's crazy that, I was laughing. Me and Theb were watching old videos, and he has a video from, 2020, I think, where he betrays an alliance, and someone gets so fucking mad at him. And I was just like, it's crazy how that's never changed. No matter what, if you betray an alliance, there's a chance you'll get someone who's like, oh, what? It's silly. People think high seas is just flowers and strawberries. Yeah, playing the game the correct way isn't bad. Being a horrible human being and pouring the energy over to other people through a game is a bad thing. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, a negative encounter for me is... a toxic encounter for me is someone saying slurs. If someone runs from me, it's negative in the sense that it makes me upset about the state of the players of the game, that all they do is run now. And I'm like, well, what have you done? How have you advertised the game so badly that most people are afraid of PvP? But yeah, it's too objective. Good luck, Niall. Let's go. The Red Salt should try to fix the childhood trauma too. Deception always hurts. There's a video where they blow up a Glitterbeard alliance, had the best copy in the comments. That's a controversial video. He loves bringing that up, and we go look at the comments, and people hate him for it. And I get it, but at the same time, you can just redo it again. So you can just line it up. It's another 20 minutes.
Blungled Snodgrass.
Yo, hell yeah, Sofa King. Thank you. We made it easy as possible to get loot and people still run away. Yeah. And that's what I say. If I chase someone for more than 20 minutes, it's like, okay, so in the time you've ran as Gold Hoarder 1 with a couple chests, you could have had Gold Hoarder 5 and done 14 fucking skelly camps and made 100 grand. You get 20 grand per skelly camp. They take 4 minutes. They're next to outposts. They can sell for any emissary. It's so easy to make money in this game. Anything super important that I missed? Actually, quite a bit. Mike said they didn't do anything for a few years. And he also said that Season 17, the Smuggler's Season, was shit. And that you aren't really smuggling anything other than loot past other players. And also that the heist that was supposed to happen at Port Merrick was held back by Xbox One. This is kilo of blueberries in China. Dude, I saw that. Learn what a kilo is if you're American, you need to learn what a kilo is. The why you sinking my girl video is gold when you betrayed that alliance after playing dumb. Yep. They just kept bragging about his Shores of Gold curse like it's 2020. Oh, wait. Sorry, you said, dude, earlier this month I betrayed a duo Sloop alliance on Molten Sands, and then when I sacked them, one of them was extremely mad, started to bring up his game stats, and then he was bragging about Shores of Gold curse. Turning in the Siren Skull, 50k, orbs from Skelly Camp, 20k base value, so many easy, quick ways. Yeah. The reason I recommend orbs, though, is because that contributes to any emissary. So distinctions and shit. Mike Chapman definitely has an Xbox One. I think Mike Chapman owns a gaming object. Okay, there's anything about what they're going to do? Crystallize the data, they said.
Far more than what we were really necessarily anticipating. From there, we went on and did an additional toxicity survey where we kind of dug really deeply into what players consider toxic,
Real TC.
how they feel about toxic encounters.
I do remember this survey, and it was good, There was one part that was good, right? They asked, what do you consider toxicity? There was like 13 parts that were bad. So to go to my tweet, how do I load this tweet? Here we go. So to go to my Twitter, cheers, Brian, for lining this up. So first of all, a lot of people didn't get the survey, and then they sent them back out, and they said, oh, there was a problem with Azure. No, there fucking wasn't. Anyway, so here was the survey. What does a negative encounter mean to you in the context of Sea of Thieves? What does toxicity mean? Good questions to ask because completely objective, subjective, whichever word it is, specific to each person. How much do you personally consider the following behaviors toxic in Sea of Thieves? Trash talk. Fair enough. Griefing. Repeated targeting. Not griefing. Repeated targeting someone in SOT to sink them over and over again. Not griefing at all, actually. The only form of griefing in SOT is griefing your own crew. Joining open crew, blunderbombing, firebombing your ship. Hate speech. Fair enough. Unwanted PvP. Now, I understand they put this in here to ask, do people consider unwanted PvP toxic? But they say, how much do you personally consider it to be toxic? There is nothing toxic at all about unwanted PvP. It is a core part of the game. Most PvP in adventure mode is unwanted by one of the parties. If you voted anything other than not at all, you shouldn't play the game. Mic spamming, fair enough. Cheating, exploiting. Cheating, exploiting, they're both North Pole magnets. They're not the same thing at all. Cheating, using a third-party program to get an advantage, such as, you know, flying around ESP, aimbot, whatever the fuck they can do this week, versus exploiting, pressing F 2 times on a ladder and it launches you forward, jumping in a cannon with a map, and then looking at the map midair so you can adjust your direction midair. The million other fucking exploits, not at all the same thing. One's a thing anyone can do, and it's in-game, and it's up to them to patch it. The other thing is using a fucking third-party client to adjust how the game works. You cannot group these together. Crud launch was peak? It was. And if you're against exploits, I'm okay with that. I get it. The thing is, it's always on the devs to fix them, and hopefully fast. Cheating and exploiting are not the same thing. Exclusion/gatekeeping. What the fuck are you talking about? What are we excluding or gatekeeping in Sea of Thieves that you can do in-game to another crew? If someone wants to exclude exploits for loot, gatekeep exploits for loot, I like to ungatekeep them because fuck that. Don't be a loser. But also, like, that's not, but Cliff, that's not what they're asking. The devs don't even know that's a thing, I'm sure. Gatekeeping streamers, good reference. Gatekeeping the Secrets of the Fairy, excluding from Alliance servers. Can they even do anything about hacking at this point, or do they even want to? It's whatever. If they would put double gunning here, I would have pissed and died from laughter. Yeah. What the fuck is a toxic version of exclusion and gatekeeping that you can do in-game to another crew? Not a real thing. Roleplay abuse. I think what they mean is alliance betrayal. I'm on a PvP. Yeah, I was saying sirs. Yeah. Crud? Yes, Kev. Yes. What the fuck is roleplay abuse? Is roleplay abuse when I log onto Twitter and I see a psychotic 40-year-old married woman in love with a video game character and the devs of the same game retweet them and enable their illness? Or is roleplay abuse when I say, I'm in Alliance, haha, I hate you. I love roleplaying abuse. Ugh, fucking Christ. I says, why the fuck is loot still in there? Do they even know what their game's called? Now, roleplay abuse is when they added sex to Sea of Thieves. When you sync people roleplaying as bards. Maybe it's when saying I'm a friendly pirate repeatedly killing it. Yeah. I think that's what they mean. Can you gatekeep completing the veil by grabbing the veil stone before the other crew doesn't run off with it? Isn't that kind of griefing? I guess, yeah, Kev, that's probably the closest thing. Hiding someone's keys is kind of that. Spawn camping to sink your ship. Not at all toxic. That's how you sink a ship. Spawn camping to troll you. Can be toxic, but you can scuttle. Interference with story content. If you think this is toxic, buddy, you can go to safer seas. Being chased at sea. If you think being chased at sea is toxic, if they're shouting slurs at you, different thing. Being chased shouldn't be toxic. If you think that's toxic, buddy, you can go to safer seas. Yes, Mel. The girl that's in love with Flame Arts Jr. Yeah, she's 40. She's married. She has kids. And this is the second character she's had this level of obsession with. I'm not going into it right now. You can look up to it yourself. Google Beloved of Bayek for more information. They hit my keys. How do I server hop? Do you talk to other safe seas? Yeah. Was this survey also delivered to the Somalian pirates? No. Encountering crews who fight for no reward. They're talking about me. They're talking about me and my friends, what we do. Now, is that toxic that we don't want to reward?
Wiggle biggle.
Not really. We have a video. Theb and I have a video where we sync a streamer and she gets mad that we didn't have Reaper up. Hey, Schmungus. Thank you, brother. I think paying $15 monthly to only play this game on Game Pass is toxic. Yeah, go safe. Once again, yeah, T-Bomb. Safer seas. Can't complain about something happening to you that's completely in your control. But the reward is the sync. Yeah, the reward is a PvP interaction in the PvP game. Loot stealing. Anyone who voted anything above not at all on this, straight up dog, they got to study you. You're an ant. I've successfully been blocked on 3 different accounts by that very mentally healthy woman. God, loot stealing is the game. What's the game called? Fucking, oh, what is it called? What is it called? Oh, I've completely forgotten the name of the game. I'm sorry, I need a drink. Sea of Remnant, Sea of Dive, Sea of Reasonable People, Sea of Friends, Sea of Collaboration, Sea of Honest Gentlemen, Sea of Friend. Ah, fuck. Players hiding on your ship tucking. So, as I said before, some of these questions are here to gauge, hopefully with the right intention, do you consider this toxic? But not saying, oh, that's toxic, we need to change that. Because if they wanted to, yeah. Other crews dumping your loot in the sea. Okay, I mean, I get why you could think that's toxic. Other players boarding your ship. Toxically boards. You know those fucking iShow speed edits where it's got like asterisks with his actions where it's like picks up phone, stairs. It's like toxically boards boat. Ugh. Yeah, so that's the survey that she's talking about here. So let's hear how she felt about that. Didn't they have a whole season about sitting on players' ships? Yes. Yes, they did. And that whole season about tucking? Yep. Expect your board say that in game chat. Yeah, I'm gonna do like TikTok AI text-to-speech. Toxically boards their boat. Hides their treasure with intention to kill them. Wait, it's like toxically boards their boat. Like, people get upset at this, just don't play the game. Yeah, so 99% of those things are just like objectively that you can't call them toxic. It's like, no, those are just functions of the game. If someone personally finds them toxic because they have a worm in their brain, okay. Currently toxically boarding your vessel with intent to kill you. I'm eating the boat. Add sneaking stealth shit and then wonder if tucking in people's games is toxic. The problem with tucking is when you can literally clip it to the size of ship be completely hidden. It's not toxic though. That's, if anything, that's an exploit, which is on the devs to get rid of.
How they would rank certain things that they experience in the sandbox.
Let's hear it.
And kind of understanding motivations from people who have historically been toxic as well, which is a really important thing to understand. Like, why are you doing it in the first place rather than us putting hurdles in? You know, prevention's better than cause, etc.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
And off the back of that, we actually have formed kind of an internal, I'm going to give it a cool name, Strike Force.
Oh no.
We have a cross-disciplinary
Oh no.
Strike Force set up specifically to combat toxicity within the Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
And really help.
I thought she was about to say we've got a team to make changes based on that feedback. And I was like, please don't tell me you're going to fucking get rid of boarding. Like, obviously they wouldn't. Should call them the internal guards. My Chapman came up with that name 1,000%.
Move positive player encounters forward and just look at where can we find all the 1% for it to become greater than the sum of a little change over here, a little change over here. How can we just broadly lift up the kind of positive social nature of Sea of Thieves and kind of minimize that opportunity or inclination for toxic encounters?
You can fix that by advertising the game as having PvP elements and by encouraging people to encounter other boats instead of running. You can actually manipulate the community's perspective of what is considered negative and toxic by saying, no, that's in the game on purpose. When someone shoots a cannon at your boat and it gets a hole, that's actually, we intended that. That's not a problem. That's not an accident. That's not toxicity. You could do that. You could look at the Horn of Fair Winds and how it only exists as a tool to piss people off and go, yeah, maybe that's not a smart idea. Are they actually rolling out police boats in SOT, I wish? I once had an encounter where I got slurred at, yelled at, and called a bad human for using Obsidian Ash and Windskull. Yep. think running is incredibly toxic, no bias whatsoever. Yeah, that's the other thing. I can say running is toxic. I'm not gonna because I'm not a fucking idiot. But like, I could say that, and my opinion would be just as valid as the other people that say it's toxic to chase, because we both play the same fucking game where it allows for both things.
So, well, there's not a lot to share on this at the minute.
I wanted to hear the results.
I wanted to just use that as a
I wanted to get a
jumping off point
top 10 most
there's some
toxic
really
things and see
interesting
unwanted
work in flight
PvP at the
or
top.
being proposed, and it might happen quickly, it might happen slowly, some of it, but we
That's what I
are
wanted to
really
see.
committed to making Sea of Thieves a much less toxic. I'm going to do this because toxicity means lots of different things. So
Yeah, it does. It's different person to person, so you can't really control it.
for people, but a much less toxic environment. And we really want to promote positive social play and get people feeling like they have more confidence to go have positive encounters rather than feeling kind of nervous to go into Hourglass or nervous to go into certain types of...
They're not nervous because of the toxicity. They're nervous because they don't want to have to fight in the game. Picture Power Rangers intro to the Strike Force? Yeah. They're not nervous to play Hourglass because of negative toxic experiences. They're nervous to play Hourglass because they're all fucking Dalran. They're all... I'm going to bring up the goddamn clip. I'm going to bring up the fucking clip again. I do it every time. They're not nervous because of toxicity. They're nervous because this is their point of view.
Come on, fuck off it. Dude, please. I get nothing if you drive me out. Don't you understand that? How's this fair for me?
How's this fair for me? I don't care.
Oh, well, have fun having a dead fucking game mode. Why would people want to play if we can't get points?
Points.
Is your bad?
Oh!
Just have fun.
Just want to have fun. Yeah. That is why people are nervous to go in Hourglass, because that's their fucking mental state. What is this? Too late. Is bro okay? No, bro is not okay. You know Dalran was right. Game mode is dead. You're correct. Is he crying? He's punching himself in the head. Forgot how good the clip is. It's good. No, that is real. Thankfully, that guy doesn't play SOT anymore. How do I find that? I'll link it. Feb uploaded the clip because the guy who tweeted it deleted the tweet, but thankfully he saved it. Yeah, no, that's a guy from Sydney who used to play SOT, and he tweeted after getting, I think it was like level 40 in Hourglass with like 100 losses, that he wanted to kill himself, and everyone's like, hey, whoa, and then he uninstalled SOT. But, so, the point I was making with that clip is this.
And we really want to promote positive social play and get people feeling like they have more confidence to go have positive encounters rather than feeling kind of nervous to go into Hourglass or nervous to go into certain types of engagements, playstyles, etc.,
PvP.
because of what they think might be on the other side. So
Yeah, no, they're not doing it because of what they perceive as toxicity. They're doing it as what they perceive as, I'm going to lose and I'm going to start punching myself in the head and screaming, which is toxic. Should they make the game more fast-paced so people don't feel like sinking is dying IRL? I think they should speed up all boats. I think all boat movement speed should be sped up by like 4 times. Should be able to get around the seas faster.
that piece of work is really important. Not a lot to talk about at the minute, but hopefully in future podcasts. Lots of really interesting
Yeah,
things
one
to
more
share
of
on
them
that.
and then...
So a couple of little wins, a couple of little regressions maybe versus the previous season. How does that sort of like stack up with your
How do you justify your job?
expectations?
Didn't they slow ship
when
speed?
you're
No,
building a
they adjusted
season?
how wind works.
Like
Making waves
that sort
equal
of
instead of
hearing sort of
northwest.
feedback like that.
It's too late for that.
I think
that'll break the
there's
game.
2 ways to look at that. I think we've used the word foundation a lot. And I think that's just, firstly, having a plan for something, locking it in, even sometimes building a trailer around it.
Yeah.
And then the plan
cutting it all.
shifting based on not being able to get it
Having
all
new
done
forts,
in
raw
time.
forts, Reapers
We're
High is
still
dreadful.
prioritising. We
Just
still
moving
want
the loot is
content to
dreadful.
release for players
Locking
at
in.
this time. Like that's
Lock in, Mike.
never going to go away as a challenge, especially
Maybe make a
when
working MMR then?
you're
True.
prioritizing variety to a certain extent. You don't just want to keep building the same things. You want to build things that
Stare at the rat when someone else is talking. I like this. He goes, you don't want to build the same things. So, next month, we're getting the Ashen Garrisons, which are a reskin of sea forts down to the same green glow, except you've added a circle around them. This act, we got Molten Sands Fortress, which already exists in the game. The previous act, we got a purple guy who is kind of just a reskin of an existing fight with a few new things. I'll call it new. Thank you, Commie Bastard, for the prime. Last season, we got Smuggling, which 100% was reskinned merchant voyages with 100% reskinned loot. We got a Heist, which was just doing a sea fort. We got a Reaper Fortress, which is you've taken forts and you've put traps on them and ghost ships on them, which is actually a voyage, the Dark Raid voyage. All you have done in the last year is added the same things. Nope, crud, it was a key fort. You're right. The thing we're getting next month is actually a reskin of the Heist. But yeah, no, Mike, all you have done is built the same things. Sure, you can cherry pick it. I'm sure we got one new thing. Did we get a new thing? Skull of Siren Sorrow is a reskin. Trident of Purple is a reskin. Obsidian Ashen Windskull is a reskin / combination. Cannon of Rage is new. Useless. Black Powder Keg is useless. Sorry, is a reskin. Tornadoes, Skulls in the Sky. Purple Ancient Tributes chest. Like, reskinned orbs ×3. There's going to be a fourth one, but you have to fucking cut it off. Straight up, all you've done is the same things. With very minor new things. You haven't done a new concept since you added Boars. Boars, Burning Blade, Sneaking and Disguising, if you can call that anything. The new weapons. Yeah, not good, Mike. Didn't even add the coolest new mech? Nope. After all Slop devs gave us for the past 2 years, I consider still playing this game for hours, some kind of mental illness. 2 out of 3 Dorito keys. The Dorito key is a reskinned key. It's from the... Is it from the Mystery or is it from the Blueberry Curse voyage? It's from one of those. It's a reskin. Jesus, Zox, that's not good.
You haven't done for a while, or where the
Blueberry? Okay, it's from the Coral Curse. Yeah, so the Blueberry Curse. Still mad about no Treasure Crab? Same. And the Hammerheads.
But we're trying to meet it in a new and unexpected way.
Don't meet feedback in an unexpected way. That's no good, Mike.
So I think that's always the backdrop to all of this is like, you're never going to get everything that you want.
And you're never going to get anything.
The other way of looking at it is that when things don't land altogether, that's okay, because we still have our plans. We've still got a vision for where we want to grow them.
Still have funding from Microsoft for another 12 months.
We can still build on them over time. And that's the beauty of having a game like Sea of Thieves. It's always available. It can always evolve and change over the years. There's many examples over previous years where we've launched something. Now we can say a little bit half-baked.
Mike, say that again.
Always available. It can always evolve and change over the years. There's many examples over previous years where we've launched something. Now we can say a little bit half-baked.
Okay, Mike, let's find out what was half-baked over the couple, recent years. Let's have a fucking look. Let's play. I think I did this in the last fucking rant as well, so this is going to be repetitive. What was half-baked, Mike? Let's have a look. Okay, Season 1, not half-baked. Love it. Season 2, I wouldn't call it half-baked. I started playing that season. Season 3, no, we'll say it's good. Season 4, Siren Shrines, pretty good. Siren Treasuries, I might call that half-baked. Season 5, Buried Treasure Questboard Map Bundles. Not even put in the oven. Season 6, Sea Forts, half-baked. Legend of the Veil, fucking perfectly cooked to a simmer. Mwah. Season 7, Captaincy, half-baked by design. Captain's Voyages, cooked perfectly, and then you threw them in the bin. Milestones, dog shit. Sovereigns, arguably half-baked in a sense. They took way too long to have any progression that we're still not getting till the Grand Maritime Union. And I think they need to do more work on them. You shouldn't be able to sell to sovereigns if there's a Reaper nearby. My opinion. Season 8, Hourglass. So half-baked. So half-baked that Season 19 in a week is finally going to do basic quality of life it should have gotten 3 years ago. In fact, there's a setting turn off milestone says enough. Yep. Started that late with the game, still have a strong opinion on it. That's toxic. Yep. Hourglass was salmonella. Yeah. Hourglass was their best idea, executed fucking poorly. Season 9. You added bait crates. Sure. World event scaling. Terrible, terrible, terrible for the long run. I thought this was a good idea because I thought, wow, I did a FOF 2 years ago and I hated it because I couldn't do it. I don't like that I can solo a FOF now in 4 minutes. That's not good. Ghost Fleet World event returns. No flame hard in the sky. Half-baked. Sovereigns accept fish because they were half-baked. Trident of Dark Tides can now be sold because it was half-baked. Sunk player ships will now have seagulls marking their location. Wow, only 5 years into the game, they thought that was a good idea. Although I guess barrels didn't used to float up. Treasure sunk in the shroud will now return to the playable area and be marked by seagulls. Hey, did you know that 99% of players still don't know that? Because it was half-baked. Reaper's Chest and Bounties will always display a beacon even while carried because they were half-baked. New Pirate Legend Voyages find the Skull of Destiny, an easier method to start the Fort of the Damned. This is because people don't like playing the game for a long time. Kinda sucks. New Captaincy Voyages. Oh, because you half-baked it. Logbook expanded because it was half-baked. Monkey Island Tall Tales. Season 10, Guilds. Incredibly half-baked. I would say they didn't even try. Guilds straight up are the most incomplete from every person's point of view. Everyone thought we were getting guild hideouts. Everyone thought we were getting like a server for guild members. Everyone thought all these things. Turns out none of them. It's just oh, you can use my boat and nothing else. Skull of Siren Song Voyage. No. Safer Seas. Season 11. Trading companies revamp. Distinctions for most trading companies. Half-baked. All you get is rings every year. Every distinction. Company-themed world events. You dive to them now, though. And that's not very good at all. That has ruined the complete flow of the fucking game. Yeah. Onboarding voyages. Rebalance new treasure. Season 12. New weapons. Double barrel pistol. Half-baked. Throwing knives. Half-baked. Scattershot. Useless. Bone caller. Pretty good. Horn of Fair Winds. Okay. Zip lines. I forgot they were in the game. There's only one zip line anyone uses, and it's the Ancient Spire one. My mom caught me trying to get a new phone so I can turn the Wi-Fi on for my PC, so if you don't see me next few streams, GG. GG. Harpoon line travel. Whatever. Season 13, Burning Blade World Event. It was fully baked, it just sucks. Skelly Camps. Boring. Season 14. Sneak Season. This season was so half-baked that they couldn't even launch the season. I don't know if it was actual fort or some dude dove to and left, and that's the worst thing possible. You can get bad loot or worse. My opinion, the good times are when the only opinion change of session was Pirates Life Tall Tale. Yes. I think they need to go back to that. Season 15, Hunter's Call. So half-baked, they ditched 60% of the features. Season 16, Reaper's got PvE. Cannon of Rage doesn't do anything helpful. Skeleton Mercenaries. Okay. Season 17, The Smugglers. Did we even really get a season? Season 18. So yeah, you can go back and say over the last couple of years things have been a little half-baked, but what you mean is the entire fucking game has been half-baked since 2020. And in your own words, Mike, you just didn't do anything for a few years. Maybe I love season 14. They could have added so much more. Yeah, I mean, if you had a fun time playing during that season, that's fine. But overall, sneaking was useless. They didn't add a reason to use any of the fucking functionality of the season.
And then we've gone back and we've done the idea justice. So
no, well, you haven't done that for much.
Kind of chalk it up that way. I think it is unfortunate that for season 17 specifically, we had gone out there at the showcase and we were really excited at the time. And
no one told you no
fell away
because you didn't listen to insiders.
All we can do is, reflect on that and be careful about the commitments that we make in the future, but also like where we're prioritizing.
I got a commitment you should make.
Yes, because I think there's a lot of us being pulled from pillar to post on team focused on game health, teams focused on toxicity, teams focused on new content. And I think like sometimes we just need to be really focused on where we're spending our chips and where we're trying to have real impact with our community.
Yeah, exactly,
and our player
Cringelord.
base.
What
And I
future?
think our Achilles heel as a team, and I'll say this,
Ooh,
is
ooh.
we often try and do too much.
Oh.
And even in limited.
Oh, they try and do too much. Oh, you got to feel for them. They just want what's best for us, and they just do too much. They just do too much. They do like think of Act 1 of this season, right? They were like, we're going to do so much. We're going to add a purple guy who gives you a Dorito key, and you can go open a shitty vault with some reskins in it. It's just too much. It's just too much, you know? We're doing too much with that. They don't realize, they don't release anything. What do you mean too much? Imagine a scenario where Mike just tells them to lock in everyone in the rare office and everyone just goes home. Bare minimum is now too much. Hey guys, so we've got the 3-act structure. Did you know, back in the old days, you'd get all 3 acts in one go? Do you think any season in the 3-act structure, if it all came out at once, would be even substantial for a month? If we got Purple Guy with the vaults, Molten Sands activatable, and Ashen Garrisons in 1 month as the start of a season, would you even consider that enough content for that month? Because I wouldn't. Because it's just not long-term content. Look at when I started playing Season 2. FOFs were added. You could go do a fuckload of FOFs. It's good for you to get progress. Remember when the Banished Nation Sanctuaries are described as insiders with puzzles and etc.? They do less TBH. Reskinning takes a lot of manpower. Well, that's the other thing. You're not doing too much. You aren't adding any fucking cosmetics to the game anymore other than the Emporium. You're adding reskin after reskin and literally nothing else. You aren't doing anything. That's the problem. You have all these ideas of what you'd like to do and you don't want to implement any of them, and then you shelve half of them. You aren't doing too much, Mike. I'm sorry. You're barely working. And I know that's hyperbole. They're obviously working and they're trying and they're doing their coding. But like, you actually thought the game would turn at the BB, but no, it didn't. Yeah, because the Burning Blade has no incentive for PvP, which they advertise it as become the villain. Once you get on the boat, what do? You go solve some fucking star sign puzzles. You go do some like White Girl Zodiac shit. That's not cool. All these different teams, but can't bring new stuff out. I've said it before. All these different teams are like the same 20 people. It's like 3 of them are in 5 different teams and another 3 are in 5 different ones with some overlap. They're more achievement, milestone, and content-specific rewards in the form of cosmetics that don't look like shite. What about the fucking crests we got this act that look worse than the crests you can buy? It's a whole different company specifically for Emporium Cosmetics only. They have said on Insiders once, Becky Frost said in defense of the Emporium getting way more cosmetics than the Outpost, she said there's different teams that do the Outpost versus the Emporium. It's like, cool, so one of them doesn't work and the other one works overtime? Stop, you're going to hurt their feelings. Oh, well, they need tough love. I hope one day a rare person actually watches this shit and goes, yeah. Obviously, don't get me wrong, there obviously is reasons why they can only do so little. It's because of how fucked the code is. It's because of the man out. There's obviously actual reasons why their shit falls behind. But unfortunately, I think a big part of that comes from complacency, like I said. Drink a pint and toughen up. Exactly. The ritual glitch ruined the Burning Blade. It was funny. +1 Burning Blade streak when you sink a ship. Boom, season fixed. Yep. Still wanted them. Oh, no, me too. I'm completionist. I collect everything. But I like for the things I collect to look nice.
Time will always go, we've pulled it off before, we'll pull it off again. We'll get it all in there and we'll really surprise players.
Wow.
I think
That's an
the
attitude.
community can feel it when the team is having fun. I think the community can feel it when the team have achieved all of their goals. And
how many times he said that?
It doesn't always go smoothly, and that's just the reality.
It never goes smoothly. That's the reality.
Of game dev. But
yeah, hell yeah, cuz.
No great surprises in any of that
Fuck
feedback. But I think it's also not something we take lightly. Like, we take the community feedback seriously. And I mean, it can't not but factor into decisions we're going to make in the future.
Wow.
Let's just expand on something you said there, Mike. So, Drew, in the last dev update, you announced some changes to what we had previously announced to insiders about the content of season 19.
Yep.
So do you want to just give a brief overview?
Yeah,
for those that
retread
missed
this
that dev update
sad
of
state of the
what we
game.
had previously announced and what we announced?
Yeah,
in
they
that
don't
dev
look
update?
nice. They look very
Talk about
generic.
what we are doing
Yes.
first.
The crests. They look like the ones you should have
season
been able to get from the shop.
19's first update is going to be focused around, well, it's going to be two parts. We've got our anniversary celebration. It's
Our final anniversary.
our 8th year anniversary in March later this year.
Many were there.
So there's,
Shall I said a single word since last video? She's had maybe 2 focal points max. That was it. She hasn't had her own, she hasn't actually been given her own platform. She's just kind of replied to things and that's it. I don't know if Joe Neat still hasn't put into SOT anymore. Nah, since he got promoted, he would be so disconnected from SOT as a product other than like, you know, the numbers. Like, yeah, he's not really, SOT is not his heart anymore. It's Rare as a company instead because of his promotion.
a range of anniversary celebrations.
Yep.
There's a community weekend. There'll be things.
Wait, there's going to be a community weekend? Oh, next month we're getting community weekend. When did we last have community weekend? 2 weeks ago. And what is on right now? Golden Glory. Oh my god. We're getting so much generous ways to earn gold. Ah, yes, dude. It's been so long since community. It's been a fortnight. And, you know, the best part about Community Weekend is the boosted gold. Like how right now it's Golden Glory Weekend. Oh, this is so good. Announcing Community Weekend during Golden Glory is funny. I can't wait to earn gold. That's beautiful.
For players to earn as part of that. So there's an anniversary piece, but the content and the feature set that's going to expand
back all the
as
Golden
part of that
Sailor
first
shit.
month is going to be Hourglass. So
Once again, this Hourglass stuff was supposed to be side content of this season. The Hourglass quality of life was supposed to be completed alongside the actual content. The actual content for Act 1 was the Orb of Souls, which is now canned.
I've been sharing in dev updates for what feels
The
like
Golden Rep multiplier
6
percentage.
months by now.
It
Of like,
might as
hey,
well
we're
be.
making improvements to.
You tried Marathon yet, Crud? No. How many players are on Marathon Server Slam right now? Like 140k? That's just going to have no one in OCE. Don't? No, it looks like shit. Marathon Server Slam has 47k players right now. I live in Australia. If I jump on, there will be 5 other fucking people on max. And I've already heard, even in populated countries like America, that half the game is looking for players to kill. So, Bungie have shot themselves in the foot. And, yeah. Have shot themselves in the foot. And I unpaused my own fucking stream.
A platform of play that we haven't touched really since season 8.
They drop seasons or cope and keep on with season monthly updates. I think after season 20, they're going to drop seasons. I think that's the plan. They want to get to the nice even 20, and then they want to go, okay, now we're just going to update the game as we feel. And then the game will shut down. Absolute trash Arc-Raid is a shitload better. Yeah.
So the team have been working across various different areas, and we'll
Yeah,
probably
you've
end
said
up
this
touching on
before.
the specifics, but
Yep.
really looking at what we need to do to elevate Hourglass as a platform.
To elevate Hourglass as a platform, you need to have not waited till 2026 to look into it. You should have looked into it in 2022 when it came out in November. You know, within 6 months of it coming out, you should have said, all right, what's the pain points in Hourglass? Instead, you said, we don't give a fuck about Hourglass. And then there was the mast bug, and then you never fixed it. And then last year, was it last year or was it even the year before? Hourglass went down for 2.5 weeks. And the cuntiest people on your Discord, your community managers, said, we're not going to give anyone any type of like compensation for Hourglass being down. Fuck you. Adventure still works. Fuck you. That was cool. That was really cool of you. Oh yeah, they fixed Boat Starter, but Boat Starter wasn't affecting Hourglass only. That was the thing. They fixed it because it was affecting Adventure. Yeah, no, it was really cool when a game mode that a lot of people play strictly to play went down for 2 weeks, and you had your community managers treat people who expected to be, you know, compensated or given some nice piece of like wording. Instead, you were genuinely pieces of shit to them. So instead of doing all of that, you should have within 6 months of Hourglass release gone, all right, let's really fix this mode. Ammo bug affects adventure as well, doesn't it? Yeah, but you only get the masked bug in Hourglass, and that's where the ammo box bug comes from. Can you imagine some of the worst people on Earth? Unironically, they're some of the worst people in gaming. I will happily say that. I know people go, Jotaro's so nice. She's just not. Yeah, she's not. The default way to be as a person is nice. She is not nice. She is negative for the community. The only person she's nice for are the people that, like, suck up her ass, like Mel and fucking Tamas and all that. Who those people are all insane people. She is a bad community manager. That's just how it is. Prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. Every fucking bit of evidence you show me of being like, no, look, here's her being nice, I will find 10 of her being negative, actively negative, not just saying like, ugh, this is tiring, her being negative towards people in the community who mean nothing but good. Jotaro, do you know what these sales are? Yeah, drop anchor, drop sale. Yeah, no. Bad for the community, bad representative of the game. Should have got rid of them a long time ago, but hey, we kind of stopped working for a few years. One of the main reasons I stopped playing was the fact that they did fuck all to help out with the actual harassment. Yep. Why have community managers? Let the community be the community and let them criticize. Nah, you're not allowed to criticize the game. Tamas bullying Nessie and shit? Or what about Shira saying don't be absurd to someone who is being harassed across video gaming? She's just in it for the paycheck? Ugh. Yeah. And she old? Oh, she's so old. That's why she doesn't know how to play the game. Fucking God. Yeah, no. Terrible people. But anyway, to elevate Hourglass, you should have looked into what was wrong with it when you released it, not 3 years later. Rare CSM still around? No, Rare CSM is gone. I never experienced Rare CSM, but Theb has told me so much about him. He's gone. Shinobi is still there, though. Crazy how a turn-based French MMORPG game with much smaller playbase has better devs and community managers in this AAA company. Most community managers in Discords, if the game goes down for no reason and people go, what the fuck, the game's down, they'll go, yeah, it sucks, eh? Instead of going, hey, and deleting all their posts and timing them out and banning them and shit. Obviously, if it gets over the top, you put it in slow mode. It's permanently in fucking slow mode. And if someone says, ooh, I have a glitch, and they go, ooh, yeah, you better report that glitch to support. We're deleting the comment, we're timing it out for 3 weeks. Yeah. Embarrassing fucking community management.
And I think we initially looked at that as just set of improvements to be delivered when they're finished.
Yeah.
But we
never
looked at
tried
it as
to
an
develop
opportunity and went, actually, these things all connect together to make.
Why does Red do the same thing with Hourglass they did with Arena? Add Hourglass updated once after a long time, and then hope not shut it down. Well, I've always said the reason they would never shut it down is because of it's in adventure, right? When it went down for 2 weeks, Jotaro literally said, adventure still works fine, so it's fine. It's just like, are you fucked in the head? Because it's in adventure, they don't mind if it goes down.
A really holistic update to Hourglass.
Ooh, we're using white women
made
words.
the decision to bring those together all at once at the start of Act 1.
That was supposed to be side content.
19. So that's the focus for the first month of season 19. The second one is landing our Bilge Rat Weekender and the return of the black market. So that is going to arrive in the second month, and then the third.
It's crazy. It's crazy that the second month of next season is one weekend only. Like, unless they run the Weekender every weekend for the month, why not now? Why not immediately? Because they want to stack their patch notes. The same reason in the last Drew video, he said that they've fixed the bug where you can't climb ladders, as well as a bug where if you get harpooned off of a ship, you can't equip anything. It's fixed, but they're not rolling out the fix till the patch, so the patch notes are longer. That's literally what it is, and it's fucking insane. It's so embarrassing to do that. Do you see the video Siren put out? Is that the Hourglass exploit? Yeah, don't do that. You get banned. What up, Emerald? Remember the clip of Pussy Bomb when he said the Hourglass was down the adventure, was the most alive it's ever been? That's because that man has never said anything intelligent in his entire fucking career. Next season content is practically hotfixes. Like I was saying, Hourglass content was side content. The season's content is missing, and they're doing the side content. But also, yeah, if Act 2 is just... Obviously, we're getting the Lorena Black Market, which whatever. But if Act 2 is the Bilge Rat Weekender, are we only getting 1 weekend of it? Because then, out of what, 5 weeks of an act, only 2-day period of it is actually the fucking content? What the fuck is this? I didn't even think of that. Heard they're cancelling season 19. Well, they're removing half the features from it, yes. Red fix for this bug, we're gonna wait 2 weeks to release it. Yeah, that's insane. They hate hot fixes. I've never seen a group of developers outside of Rare and Beaver behavior delay bug fixes look better. Yeah, it is so blatant too. Why would you tell me you have a fix ready and then say, well, we're gonna put it out with the next patch? Put it out tonight. And the reason why they don't want to do that is because if they patch it now, when the season drops, it'll come back. Playing a little arena game without being called a creep. Why don't they just completely stop the season structures? The season 19 is not gonna have shit. Everyone has been saying that. Just do it. Have you seen the Doubloon chest run of insiders? It's just smugglers. Yeah, I read about it before. I haven't done it because I don't have insiders installed. Gonna be 7 months since I reported it by the time it's patched. Yep.
Third month is going to be an introduction of Last Ship Standing and
Wow.
a competitive 6 sloop experience in the Sea of the Damned, which I think we're all very excited for. And at this point, probably has already gone into insiders for early testing.
Wow.
There's going to be some fights.
Arena is back. Having to deal with an Hourglass run today knowing the shrinking circle could have already been in the game made me mad. Yeah. Basically cancelling the whole freaking season. Res full of shit. Yep. But nice they did seasons, had it for a full year with a bunch of big stuff, then put smaller and medium-sized updates in between with some hot fixes between. That's what they want to do, but they fail at it. Imagine they had Hourglass to Arena instead. Okay, guys, let's change from monthly updates to seasonal with mid-season updates. Okay, that isn't working. Let's do a big season update. Okay, that didn't work. Let's do season with monthly updates again. Okay, that didn't work either. The only problem that could happen is if they remove seasons, they will still like hold themselves to like trying to put something out every 3 months. And we'll get a period of 4 months with no update, and they'll be like, nothing's ready. And people will be like, oh, well, at least with seasons you were forced to put something out. LSS with only galleons would be dope. So in the code, according to data miners, there is brig and galleon last ship standing coding now. So in the future, when they bring it back, it might have it. How large is Red Dev-wise? I believe they're down to about 150 after they cut. After they cut, like, what? They were about 250, and I think they're around 150. I mean, we can check. We can find the documents. I just can't be bothered. Exactly why my favorite stream. I should take time to read every comment. Yeah. Shout out to the people watching the unedited fucking rant on YouTube that complain about me pausing. They got to separate seasons from updates? Yeah. Hey, guys, how do we... Yeah. Hey, guys, how about we just do nothing for our next update? Wow, look, nothing. Let's pray that LSS won't be the last season with it in it. That's what I would... Yeah, like... They want to bring it back monthly as well as fight nights. We don't have the time. Yo, hell yeah, Kelp. Hello, what up, Timo? My friend watched all the 2-hour podcast. Shout out to HexX27. Big ups, HexX27.
Modangus.
And there's going to be a festival.
So one of the things that you mentioned in that last dev update, Drew, was reassessing how we work on these seasons, because obviously that wasn't the original intent for season 19.
Nothing about drop. Let's all go home and do nothing instead.
Season 19 had a little bit more in it. So not want to dwell on the things we've cut, but what have we cut from what we originally announced, and why have we had to cut them? Like,
it's a challenge.
Twitch for more spirit. You should use YouTube to watch videos before I go to sleep. No entertainment. Yeah.
Because
right, what's the problem,
almost
Drew?
to the same point as you made with the...
I think Reworking has 200 employees in totals, which is mind-boggling. They fired a bunch with the Microsoft layoffs because they got rid of the Everwild team, and they went from, I believe it was 250 to around 150 to 200. Obviously, there'd be other hirings and departures and shit in that time, but it's a fucking small team for a Microsoft-owned AAA company. Last 2 hours SOT rant was peak SOT rant. Thank you. It was mostly the people who don't know the content that were like, why is this a fucking 2.5 hour video where you pause every 4 seconds? I don't get it. It's like, because that's how you react to a fucking video, moron. Do you want me to just talk over them the whole time? By 30 minutes, what did I miss? Babbling. We're going to have to use their entire dev team just to maintain fight nights and LSS each month? Yeah. They really want transparency. They should have the Rust commit log. Half a company. LinkedIn profile says 250 to 50 employees. Okay. How many of the devs are just contractors? There's 3 companies that they contract, I believe. There might be more now or less, but there is 3 companies that they contract to do work. There's like, I think one of the art teams, I used to know this off my memory. I don't remember. But yeah, there was other teams. This is how you do commentary. How many big corpo words used? Dude, there was a fucking tear that Christine went on where she used like 5 in one sentence. She also used the word crystallize. She referred to crystallizing data, and it's like, that's just not a thing. Also, it was great because things Things that you got shit on previously literally happened and are about to happen. Yep. And that's what I was saying before with the, hell yeah, hyper, big 80. With people who now are making SOT's dying content who a year ago were like, hey, people like crud, they're negative, toxic fucking idiots. How dare they say things like, I don't think this is a good idea. I say it all the time. Prove me wrong. I love to not be right because then it means the game's in a good state. It's not in a good state. Hasn't been in a good state in years. Wonder if it falls under Xbox Gaming, and if so, what the new AI CEO might do. Rare are very anti-AI, so can I get over corpos now common parlance? It's just an easier way to say it. I'm crying, Crystalis. Ugh.
The showcase announcement of the smugglers, and then we're almost committed then to the start of season 17. The regular delivery of seasons almost means that we have to go, cool, season 19, our plan is that we're going to do these set of features, and then we announce it to insiders with a no NDA transparent policy that information goes out, and then we learn along the way that changes need to be made. Unfortunately, we've had to remove the Orb of Souls, which was that item that collected souls based on what players did within the game. There was some voyages to obtain the Orb of Souls as well. And the update.
So, 2 liters again down. I've drank 4 liters of water today. I'm going to piss myself. So, Orb of Souls is gone. Orb of Souls was Act 1. It was an item that you picked up and you placed down or you held, and if you killed anything in it, it would power up with their souls. Not other players, though. And it would sell for more the more you powered it up. They were going to be earnable through a voyage, as well as purchasable from the smugglers, a less powerful version. And the first act was going to be Flameheart versus Pirate Lord. Flameheart versus Pirate Lord. And depending on who you sold it to, would affect who wins the war effort. The war effort was going to have an effect in Act 2, which is Last Ship Standing, which was going to make it so in Last Ship Standing, whichever team won the war effort would be boosted. So Guardians would be boosted rep, or Servants would be boosted rep. And then in Act 3, which is the Kraken season, they were going to add temporary emissary posts to random islands for either whoever won in Act 1, which would be for Reaper or Athena. And if you were a Reaper or Athena and you went to a random island, there was a chance to find a post. You interact with the post, you get a helpful skeleton or a helpful phantom who goes and gives you a piece of rare treasure. And that was only for that season. And that's all gone. Now we just get Last Ship Standing at the end of the season without the boosted emissary value, which won't matter because they'll give you community weekend mega stash dog shit anyway. There's no way it's that hard adding content that's definitely recycled already. No Burning Blade Sword 2? Yep. The fact it doesn't count for killing players is so fucking anti-fun. Act's terrible because Rare doesn't have enough content for more than one realistically. No, they don't. The problem is these 3 act worth of content aren't enough for 1 month of content. Sure hope they mention the war effort mechanic. I think they will in a sec. Why delete it? It gave treasure and adventure. It would have been fun. I desperately need second place to sell Reaper loot. They're not doing that anymore. I kind of get the no players thing because that would just abuse the fuck out of online servers, but it doesn't matter because it's happening. I mean, they could balance it the same way they balance emissary grade, where every time you kill a player once on a server, the first time, you get a bit of emissary grade. That's all they had to do. Once per person. That's all they had to do. Obviously, people could rotate in and out people, but at the same time, who cares? There's nothing to spend gold on. It wouldn't have mattered. Oh, fuck.
To the Kraken encounter. Those are 3
yeah.
things that...
Act 3 was the Kraken encounter. They were going to make a new version of the Kraken called the Daughter of the Depths. They'll bring back the Siren Queen. And it was an opt-in, like Raid 2, or an emergent version of the Kraken that had 3 phases. That's gone.
We announced as part of Season 19's kind of early look for insiders. But unfortunately, as we moved
Custom
through
servers save the
development
game.
on Season 18, and clearly we've talked about the fact that the first act suffered a delay. The third act is now...
First act suffered a delay, and then it suffered from its inclusion being nothing but a purple guy. The adventure with either destroying Golden Sands or saving it was goated in my opinion. It was good. I thought we'd get a lot more of that stuff. They should sunset the game. They will. Give us 5 free outfit saves and you can buy up to 50 with each slot costing 100k. Dude, if they added outfit saving and you had to pay for it, I'm in. Unfortunately, it would work the same as ship saving when it was first introduced and it costed gold, where it would break all the time. And then you have to spend the gold again. Game is dying slow. Spent over 2,800 hours. I feel robbed of my time. Yep. How the fuck did first act of Season 18 get delayed? They had 2 things. Because they forgot to test it. Same way how Ash and Garrison's got delayed. Because they didn't test it. I literally, 3 weeks ago on stream was like, Yeah, so Ashen Garrison's come in 2 weeks. Why haven't they tested it? And then the next day, they're like, yeah, we're delaying that shit. It's like they watched me and they're like, oh, we forgot to test the feature. And then they added it to testing, and it's so shit they're delaying it, but it's still shit. Like, they're delaying it because they're like, it's not up to standard. It's just a sea fort with a bunch of keys. It's not fun. The loot, who cares about the loot? It's not fun to do. Just make something fun, and the loot won't matter. Outfit saving with all random stuff in the files, NPC clothing, bunch of fashion events, make it easy bit for the win. Yep. Mike Chapman, I've spent 30 minutes saying sweet fuck all.
I've also taken a 2-week hit. We kind of looked at season 19 and said it's quite clear that we're running out of road. We're gonna no doubt start in the first month of season 19 and feel like we're not ready.
Yes.
It's either going to be a compromise from a quality
Ashen Garrison looks more boring than anything currently in the game. It is. It's so
to ship
bad.
these things. So we
Running out of road. Garrisons are still buggy. What's wrong with them? Because I don't play Insiders anymore. Yo, Javier, thank you for the prime. What's actually wrong with the Garrisons at the moment? I know you could clone items and all of the like doors that you had to open were already open, and then when you go in they closed, like the gates and shit, but like how can it be buggy? It's just a sea fort with doors. It just kind of is nothing.
took a step back from the feature set that we really wanted. Like, we all feel really passionate about the
Section object find the air skellies lag and don't spawn not working objects. Well, they got a week. Is there no one competent working at Rare anymore? There's competent people that are trying to fight incompetent people's coding. That's what that's my personal, that's the empathy that I'll give the devs, is that there are competent people working on the game that are trying to battle incompetently made things. And that leads to the spaghettification and the, I add this feature and it breaks an unrelated feature. Might not even be true, but that's just how that's the empathy I'll give them. You know, that's the branch I'll extend to them. The ultimate, is the ultimate pinnacle of the worst part of the game. Moving an item to get an item, to move an item to get another item, to unlock another door, to get an item that unlocks a door, to get another item, to unlock another door that has some shit treasure in it. At least they're going to force mega stashes so people do it for the first month. Sure, they're trying to find out the code opening doors. The real question is, when they have 6 months to a year to do stuff, what are they doing in that time they can't get stuff in the game? Gives new cosmetics that aren't just an Emporium, and get rid of all the, and not just get rid of all the stuff. It sounds like they have a bunch of different teams running around that aren't communicating with each other and feuding. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's that. They started vibe coding. Yeah, it was the last Garrisons patch yesterday. Oh yeah, because it'll be hardening. Oh no, bro. Feel so bad for Drew. Stop making him say all the sad shit. He can take it. Man, they got to put a bunch of shit. They got to gut a bunch of shit from the game and bring back the core experience. Yeah. I feel they're slowly realizing the big guys upstairs won't tolerate having a useless game studio, so they want to improve, but they can't. That's the thing. Too little, too late. But I will be negative here. Once again and state, it's due to complacency. If they didn't spend all these years riding on the fact that no game competes with this on a fundamental level, they would have worked harder. They had all the years from 2021 to 2024 of going, we'll put in a feature that's kind of half-baked. We'll look at it later. I don't give a fuck. And then Microsoft fired fucking 9,000 employees. And now they're like, oh, whoa, we gotta fix this. And now Phil Spencer's gone. It's not going so well. Also, South one has 3 Ashen Keys and North one only got 1. Good luck doing comms. Who's hyped for Everwild? Me. Hot seat.
approach for season 19 that we had, and when we need to pressure release on the team, slow ourselves down a little bit and create some breathing room to be able to go and deliver updates across the 3 months of the season.
That's heat.
That we think are really going to excite players. And as part of that, unfortunately, we had to say, right, there's some features that are going to have to fall off as a result of it.
But I think even though we've lost those features, and it is
Neverwinter.
Obviously, it's always a shame.
Howdy, it's been a while. What's up, brother? We ran. In fact, I'm going to take another piss. I've drank 2 liters of water while doing this rant. Give me a break. We're back. Oh. We're back. Back. Her Matt's sister didn't have a loan each night and feel shit about work. At least there's a silver lining. Matt, you mean Mike? Breathing room, just update the game, bruh. How's he pissed so fast? I got a strong hose on me. Miss Mercer Rant, what happened? Game not good. The Microsoft's moneymakers are Call of Duty and Candy Crush to game they didn't even make. Wasn't there a leak a while back from Datamon? There's a ton of unreleased cosmetics and game files. Some going back to launch. Yes.
The goblin just took my meat.
There's been that for years, to be fair.
At least I get to listen to Crud Rant after being in the hell that is Newcastle today.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for the prime. Sorry I had to go to Newcastle. Recently, though, where is it? Recently, R here brought to attention. So, like, here's a bunch of shit, right? Here's a bunch of shit that is in the files. It's just not in the game. But the thing about this is there is hundreds of unreleased shit. Oh, hey, Mac. Yeah, you'd know about this, Mac. There's so much unreleased shit just sitting in the game files from back when the game came out. Obviously, some of it is like beta versions of weapons and shit. But fuck it. All of them can work in game if you just make them accessible. Just put them in the fucking game. JMU GIFs? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Dude, the Russian guy messaged me after you told me I apologize if he offended me, you, and asked to donate to you, but I don't think he did, sadly. Oh, link in my donate link. Me when promo art weapons? Yep. The third from the left. The hat was cool? Yeah, right there. Hang on, let me go back. What are we talking about, GMU? Oh, I got shit on my monitor. The fuck was that? The fuck was that? Where are we looking? Where are we going? You poked me? Sorry. You didn't reply after I messaged him? True. Bottom right. That's sales, bro. That's not a gift. That's sales. Yeah, no, sorry. That's Galleon sales. Anyway, yeah. So there is a lot of there is a lot of cosmetics in the game that aren't in the game. They're in the code. They're just sitting there. Hundreds of them. Some would obviously be beta versions of existing ones, so it's like, they left them. Hopefully they make the cake delivery combination possible again before the game gets sunset. Hopefully.
We get invested internally.
Shelley's
the reason why we plan these features is because we believe they're going to be great for players. But at the same time, I think where we've landed with season 19, I think it's still a really exciting season for players.
How is season 19 exciting? The first month is a quality of life update. The first month is a quality of life update as well as a doubloon shop. The second month, and an anniversary event, which is just a recycled event. The second month is the doubloon reset and the return of some old cosmetics and a 1 weekend event. The third month is the last ship standing that everyone's excited about, but it's now in the third month. Genuinely, how can you call season 19 excited? I could call 1 month at the end of the season exciting, but I'm sorry, you can't just say overall it's exciting. Yeah, we took stuff out but get excited. Yeah, there's like the main fucking content is missing. And the content that everyone's excited about is temporary. It's only for that month. And they want to return it every month, but will they? They want to return Fight Nights every month. They've only returned it once. To be fair, it was because of cheaters, but it's been back since. Where is it? Sure, they removed the black market, then a few years later they had it for no reason. Yep. No way they couldn't have just scrounged up some stuff together to pad out the season. All they have to do is just add a bunch of cosmetics to the outpost. Slap on some of those old cosmetics that are missing, put a fucking exorbitant price tag on them, and go, here you go. Go earn some fucking gold to buy this new shit. All they gotta do. All they gotta do. Obviously, there's a lot more they gotta do, but that's all they gotta do to at least, make we're doing Outpost Bonanza. We're adding 300 fucking old, unused items into the game, and you can purchase them, and they cost fucking 150k minimum. Do that.
That it's fights and parties, but the refocus on.
Oh, we're getting fireworks.
Hourglass for the players who enjoy Hourglass. We really believe strongly in everything that we're doing in Act 1 that will elevate Hourglass to a better experience than it's ever been before. Super fast, smooth flow, easy to.
Cosmetic unlock is back in game. I see a lot of guilds at NAL and banana sales now. No. There's just a lot of people with them that are moving them. The banana sales people are in a couple guilds. You can be in more guilds now. No, sorry. More people can be in guilds now. So a lot of guilds have extra people in them. And certain cosmetics that are granted to your game work over pirate profiles. They got their rating quality life to Hourglass 3. Fuck it. That's what I was saying earlier, right? These are all good things. But I needed them back when I fucking was playing Hourglass, not now. I just sunk a banana sales? Damn. I mean, look, to be fair, there might be a cosmetic unlocker. Every now and then it resurfaces. I might just be wrong, but I haven't heard anyone say it to me. Because, like, usually someone's like, oh, by the way, here's what cheaters can do at the moment. I go, cool, thanks, I don't care. Somewhere in this, she mentions they added back in the time the Dark Adventurers set because of the gold economy. Yeah, Mike was talking about that. Pretty sure there isn't? Okay, yeah. I don't think there is. I'm assuming the matchmaking's still dog shit? Yes. Matchmaking will remain dog shit until there's more people playing fucking Hourglass is the problem.
Get into matches, play again, kind of in that loop, getting restocked, getting your emissary auto-raised,
all
faster
things
matches.
we should have had in November
that zone
2023.
kind of shrinking in.
Or
and then
January
in Act 2, you've got
2024.
that completely different vibe with the party and the Bilge Rat Weekender and everybody to come in to celebrate that. And then
everybody's coming to celebrate.
Our internal playtests on that, even early ones, which I think insiders will have seen. Very early playtests, but just super exciting.
It was Season 8 where they reworked a world event? Season 9. We kind of need another one of those for the entire new quest system and world events. Kind of fucked the game. They need to rebalance world events back to the way they used to be and get rid of diving. How they take so long to add all this? That's what I don't understand. Hourglass was November 2022. Almost 3 years. Why? What? Like, what are we doing? Wait, 2022, 2020. Hang on, let me get my facts right. I just fucked it up. Hang on. Was it 2022 or 2023? Now I think it's 2023 actually. Sorry, no, November 2022. November 22, 2022, Hourglass was added to the game.
Doubloon just took my meat.
Why so long to update it? Basic stuff. Thank you, Tiny Frog, for the prime. Why such basic things so late? Smash reference, everyone's here. Does this game still have lore, by the way, to the scrapper? Dark Brethren still thing? Yeah, Dark Brethren are around. They got rid of the lore channel in the Discord because they don't want people talking about lore. But the Duke is back. The Dark Brethren are back. The Sea Dogs Tavern is going to be replaced with the Dark Brethren. Like, it's going to be taken over by the Dark Brethren in Season 20. Spoilers!
Emerging out of the water and seeing fire of the sloops. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
I think the best thing about this is this isn't just good for season 19.
It's not good for anything.
That's the best thing is that Hourglass changes are going to last and they'll be permanent, but then also you have events that are going to be recurring events on our live service calendar.
Is the rat still
so it's
law
going to change
thing?
the nature of how people play.
The rat is missing from the tornado in the Vale. They removed it years ago for optimization. I hate it. If season 20 even happens,
play in future seasons, and I think that's really important to consider because like this is content
that's a really important point to make. Bilge Rat Weekender and
yeah, let me check this. Let me check this old VOD of mine real quick. Let's see what this is.
Fight. Why didn't you alliance though? Just too chaotic to be able to alliance.
What is this clip? What is this part of the stream?
Oh, this guy there. Fuck.
Oh.
He's waiting at the...
Man, fuck you for sending me that. Okay. Why'd you go and find that? Fuck you, dude. Throw me off on that. Okay, I understand. Look at Drew, he knows the end is nigh. Yep. Drew hair replacement tattoo looks fire. Why'd you got the laptop open like this important shit on it? Cut dive into forts, bring back scaling quests, rework loot because the new system is terrible, make raids only on sea forts, make world events rarer, cut the 4 alternative fort type of boom player interactions back. These are all steps. Tell me the community was right about the missing features 4 years ago, and while nobody cares anymore, they make some good changes way too late. Yep. What was that side chat? Yeah, fuck you, Grumpy. I was like, what is this? And then I realized, fucking, god damn it, dude. You bastard. Chad, I missed the freaky salt murder mystery that led to the red lamp and felt like real exploration, emergent storytelling. I like the mysteries, except for the part... Sorry. I like the mysteries, except for the part where a big amount of them took place not on the game. The mysteries were fun, except for where you had to fucking solve cryptogram puzzle shit. Like, that shit sucks. Put it in game. Obviously make it cryptic, but keep it in the game. Don't make me have to go to a website and then a link and then like click a one single fucking letter button on a page and then it links me to a special page. Don't make me do that shit where I'm typing in random words into a code thing and it progresses me. Don't want to be a cryptic twin? Yeah, keep it in the game. Like, the mystery, the keys shit. Remember the gold hoarder, the hoarder's hunt? Like, that shit was almost cool. Except, to solve it, you had to be fucking crazy with your brain instead of just thinking in game. You had to go on Twitter and be like, yeah, if I convert this to base 64, it actually says this. So Reddit, we need less loot worth more. Drinker Ovaltine asks engagement. Sorry, what do you mean by that? Let me say something classical. The idea of mystery is great, but the extra... Yeah, no. I love the idea of mystery like that, but they fucked it up. Remember expecting it would all be in the game and searching islands with friends for hours? Yeah. ARGs are cool, maybe not for SOT. ARGs are cool if they're in-game. If you know, you know. What does this mean? Let me look this up. What the fuck does this mean? Be sure to drink your Ovaltine is a famous disappointing secret message decoded by Ralphie using his Little Orphan Annie's Secret Society decoder ring in the 1993 holiday film A Christmas Story. Oh, I know that. Yep. I know that. I'm stupid. Just because it was a first time chat, I was like, what? But yeah, fair enough. Like shit like that. Gold Hoarder Quest in the game is some of the most fun I've had in game. It took real in-game know-how to finish. Yeah. 90s asked me, dude, I'm 34. I should get that. I'm just stupid. Yeah, no, the Hoarder's Hunt stuff that you did in game and the weird spots where you dig. Like, I guess now we have Pop-Up Plunder, which is the new version of that, but it's not. Sea of Thieves actually write so many layered secrets and mysteries. They have such good foundations for these stories, but yeesh, kind of arse implementation. When you're new to SOT and you go to Wanderer's Refuge, I guess now it's different because they've turned it into like a smuggler hideout or whatever, and you find the secret cave, you're like, what is this? You go into any cave and you see the little bits of environmental storytelling and you go, something happened here. And then you learn it's all just set dressing and you're like, oh, damn. Pop-Up Plunder is low-key guesswork. I mean, Pop-Up Plunder for the most part is just putting a fucking ruler on your screen and going, it's there.
Ship standing, they don't just go away. After the season, they're going to come back on a regular cadence.
Oh, thank you for leaving that comment. Now let's go, because I cannot be bothered summing that up that way. So thanks.
As well, and
makes it
the
easier.
Hourglass changes fully permanent. This is the new Hourglass.
So one of the things you mentioned in the last dev update, Drew, was sort of reassessing the type of content that we're focusing on. So, Mike, I just want to ask you, what does that mean to you when we're talking about reassessing that focus?
Yeah, well, I think about what we've talked about on this podcast, where we've been invested as a team over the last year. I mean, it's a huge range of content.
We've really been invested in the Emporium. Basically, the players will spend money if they use it, and we're trying to invest in that to get money.
We've just talked about the removal of the Kraken from the Season 19 plans. We've talked about the Bilge Rat Weekender, Pirate Festival, Hourglass improvements, ongoing game health, Eternal Guard. It's a huge range of content.
What up, Cody? How's it going, bro?
To the sandbox, and some of that is bolstering trading company progression. Some of it's bolstering stories in the sandbox.
I don't think Distinctions did anything for the game. Sure, it got me selling loot, but making a number go from 100 or 500... Sorry, no. Adding a 0 to the end of a number isn't content. Like, making something go from 75 levels to 500 levels doesn't... Nothing is changed by that. Especially when there's no rewards outside of you get a ring, and then you get 2 rings, then you get 3, 4, 5. Whoa. Rings are okay. They're okay. That's a problem, Spooky. They're okay. They're not good. They're okay. Finish RE9. How's the podcast going? Shit. Very shit. What happened to Joe Neat? He got promoted. Why are we calling removing of Kraken updates huge range of content? I don't think Athena 20 was hard. I grinded for the dog costume. I mean, they made it easier. Spots Discord got spoofed. I don't know. I'm not in any of the TNM Discords, bro. To be fair, it did give me something to play for. I don't think I would have played if there wasn't more levels going. I mean, yeah, same. Thankfully, there was a bunch of exploits that made loot selling easy. But, like, if you put a number... If all you do is take a number and add an extra 0 to it, it's not really, like... I don't want to sound like DSP, but it's not really meaningful content, you know? Like, they didn't add a good way to get there. It was all exploits. I remember SOT dev team hit hot dogs a long way. Got the 6 distinction rings? Yeah, I got them all. D5 should have been a curse. Yeah, there should have been something important beyond level 100. That was the problem, is you get to level 100, and there's just 1 extra ring each level in the fucking shitty title. Does anyone even do Voyages anymore? It's just World Events and PvP. Occasionally I see one person doing a voyage a day. I'm like, all right. For the most part, people are just doing, world events or just running.
Box. But reflecting back on...
Problem is, voyages take 10 seconds to do now. They made voyages so easy. Yo, Cody! Thank you for the 5 gifted. You psycho. Motion stop as well at 100. They couldn't be bothered. Yeah. Thank you, Cody. Voyages are so mindless and quick now. Yeah. How many for creature? I don't know. 10 more, I guess. I don't know. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah. Rare just needs to take the whole dev team and get some fresh people. The problem is, I believe truly that I said this earlier, there are good devs at Rare, but the people that made the game initially, they're trying to decipher their code and they can't. Like, a new dev team would need to look at it and go, like, they need to do an ARG, which is, how the fuck did you do this to the code and how can we optimize it? 100% part of implementing the prestige system is having someone to grind for like cool skin, but even then, every reward is already skin, so it's meaningless if you're over it. Yeah, but like Spooky said, it could have been a curse. Just think they're done. I thought Sea Force was a great addition for people without a lot of time, and the quest rework came out for a reason. Kill a single skeleton, meaningless if you're over it. Yeah. It's just kind of, it's just, like, how many for the average creature with blue eyes, white dragon shirt? That'd be like 20, I reckon. 20, yeah. Thank you, Zebulon, for the sub. Sea Fort's like just kind of, oh, okay, hang on. It's been a while. It's been a while. Holy fuck, this is itchy. I haven't worn this in ages. All right, the creature is here. Let me tuck in my neck and make sure my ice is out. Creature rant. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Crud is gone. Now it's the creature. It's the goblin. Gifts. Thank you as well, Grabojo. Thank you. Thank you, crazy bastard. Brojo, Cody, you bastards. How do a Yoda voice for the rest of the video? Mike Chapman, not very smart. I can't do it good. They just cater to new players, not the people who've been playing for years with thousands of hours. Yeah. That's a problem I've been ranting about for years, is the fact that they only focus on newer players for the most part. And it's leading to old players feeling neglected, and you do get new players, but there's no way in the game to learn how to play the game, so the new players struggle to do anything, and then they fucking quit. The Crud Goblins
Devs just don't play their own game.
That's true.
They don't listen to players.
Hey, turn up
and
the aircon
last,
now.
they just don't show any passion or love for it.
Yep. There's so much aura that compelled me to tune into stream. There's a decent Yoda. Thank you. Adding shit to appeal to people who never liked the game. Yeah, that's the thing. If you want to appeal to new players, you've got to do a lot of work so they actually stick around. If anyone remembers, when the PlayStation 5 version came out, you'd get all these new players and they'd be so fucking confused. A lot of them wanted a PvP. Thank you for all the bits, cuz. They wanted a PvP, which was good, but on the first day of it, Sirs and I ran into these PlayStation 5 players, and they were like, how do we play? How do we do a quest? And I was like, oh, well, you go on your table. They're like, oh, we went up to the Gold Hoarder guy and we tried to get a quest from him because that's what we were told to do, but that doesn't work. And I was like, they actually just patched that out. Now you do it from your boat. The game doesn't tell you how to play. Maiden Voyage doesn't teach you shit. Get Game Pass, play SOT, buy Monkey, buy Red War Skeleton Skin, get sunk, goes and plays anything else. Literally, that's the gameplay loop. That is the most common thing. It's not good.
Where Sea of Thieves has come from. It's come from that place of the vision was players creating stories together. It's about equipping players with the...
That's only the Emissary level 5 quest, so they're partially right. Yeah.
These tools and this motivation in a shared world and having these explosion of possibilities that happen when players come together.
Can't get Emissary anyway until you've purchased it, the license.
Part of also what we're building at the moment.
And hours I spent open crew teaching swabbers how to play is ridiculous. Yeah. Because the game just doesn't help. And also it makes them... fucking swabbies jump on a galleon because they think, big boat will be a bit easier, and then they get fucked up from it.
We talked about it on the last Community Direct, is a custom service.
Should every time they say sandbox?
Being able to hand the world over to our players. So I think about, the future and the content that we want to add. I think
Mike, it can't be our job to make the game fun for ourselves every time, say something different for a change. It's about the stories. Basically, you get these stories. I love hearing the stories. people log on and they make these fucking stories. That's all he says. It's all about the stories. Do not think the devs realize people aren't doing the shit they add because there's too much stuff. The problem is, not only is there too much stuff, the stuff they add is so similar that it's like, this is a different version of this. About the treasure and adventure, Mike?
We need to focus more
on put in the middle of two skellies as soon as they do an event.
To create these amazing stories. And I think
that's
that's
a party and playing the
little bit
sloppiest
more
dog shit I've heard
focused
of full
than where we
volume.
are now,
Hell yeah,
where we're
dude.
just trying to bring life and richness to the whole game. But yeah, that's where we're hitting our challenges.
So obviously during this podcast, we've done quite a bit of reflecting, looking back and talking about some of the challenges we've had recently. But we've got exciting stuff coming up soon, actually.
We got exciting stuff coming up. Here we go. What is it gonna be? The only game like this game still stands on is there's literally nothing that lets you sell like this game. The sea and the sailing is honestly the selling point. I don't know if someone rips the idea they're done. I've said it before, there's nothing actually competing with SOT. They're competing with naval fights and stuff, which is cool, but they're not competing with Sea of Thieves. Drew's so sad, yeah, he's not happy. No one gives a fuck about custom service except YouTubers and I guess people doing TDMs like 1% of the play base. Having too much stuff and not enough variety is an absurd problem. I never thought it could be possible. I mean, it's the old adage, right? As wide as this ocean, as deep as a puddle. It's literally the most apt description of Sea of Thieves. Next community direct, they'll announce when it releases will be so fucking bad. Join Discord server, met a lot of great people. We all play as the Royal British Navy, have lots of fun. We play the game with a little bit of our own pizzazz. Hell yeah! Exciting stuff, custom servers that players must pay for monthly.
And we're going to be talking about it in our next community direct.
Oh,
which,
wow!
Christina, you hinted
when
at
is that?
earlier. Said out loud, it's going to be March 30th is the next community direct.
Wow.
So I hope you can join us there because we're going to talk about exciting things like
can't
custom
wait.
seas and seasons beyond.
30 days until the next SOT rant.
Stuff from season 19 like the Bilge Rat Weekender and Last Ship Standing. So lots of good stuff to get dug into.
No, they haven't, Loogie.
Stuck into. But yeah, so please join us for that. For now, I think we'll end the podcast there. Thanks everyone for joining us today and we'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.
See you on the next one. Bye. The Epstein files. All right, let's watch this now. Jesus Christ. How long did I take? 3 hours on the dot. I'm pretty good at that. 10 times the length of the fucking video. Speaking of story, they haven't substantially developed lore in what feels like over a year. Yep, they haven't. Which is in a month to announce a game cancellation. Sorry is how SOT dies. Thank you for the bits. Yep, rare and palliative care. I'm losing at the ears bouncing. Are they bouncing? The problem is I keep moving them because I can see that they're going out of the like green screen effect. 3 hours unedited will be fun. I mean, now I got to read the comments. This could be 3.5 hours because I left me reading the comments in the last rant. I tuned in way too late. I have to go back and watch your VOD. Fair. Okay. As a senior developer in the real world, if I fail to deliver a feature 42 times in a row, my guess is I'm fired. You can use a swear word. 90% of the comments are basically about the SOT rant. 4 minutes 6. In a game like ours that is largely about cosmetics, oh, you actually know it, and yet we cannot save preset set for a wardrobe all these years in. Yep. Rare as fucked. Oh man, can't wait for the Ultimate SOT Rant Part 2. Hey, classic. Featuring crud humor. Says it down there. You say crud humor, another 2-hour videos hit the channel. SOT Rant Part 2. What kind of crud is this? This is SOT Rant crud. The real part of Golden Glory people want. Because you know this rant was well earned. Sad face. What? Me too, gang. Me too. Saving cosmetic presets for a cosmetic update that will never come. Well, that's the problem. If they do ever add cosmetic saving, it'd be like, cool, why did it take this long? Oh god, here we go. They finally addressed the who are we smuggling from question with perhaps the dumbest answer possible that applies to every item in the game. For people who missed this, have a listen.
I think the thing we've often heard from
This
the
is
community.
stupid.
We asked ourselves the same question: who are you smuggling from? And the answer is you're smuggling past other players in the sandbox. That only works well when everyone's focused on the same thing. So,
hey, Mike, that's fucking dumb. That might be the stupidest quote of this podcast. That's not what that is. You're not correct to say that. Bad. Just got Smuggler's points only in for Insta-win keg. Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ. Can't blame us for being mad or concerned about you completely resetting doubloons. Something we worked hard for over the years just for it to be another whimsical idea you'll either fuck up or abandon shortly after. I think Hourglass didn't receive an update for literally years of captaincy being broken for who knows how long. So, okay, so I think doubloon reset isn't bad. I understand people being upset about it. At least we're getting a gold conversion for it. But here's the thing, right? What are you doing with your doubloons? You can only purchase returning season content And if you've been playing the whole time, you already have that from the Plunder Pass. If you're drilling Patrick me. Yeah, like, I get it, but who cares? Smile's only good for the exploit? What exploit? Exchanging for gold, but what can you buy? Well, that's the thing, right? You can exchange it for gold that has no purpose. So it's like, you've worked hard for years, but there's no payoff to that work anyway. They're getting rid of something that you aren't even using. Get constantly saying players are super excited. We're anything but. Ooh, hey, Crow, good to see you. What up, School Zone? I'm not going to repeat the complaints. You already know them. I'm just saying if you want things to get back on track, you need to absolutely stop pushing temporary content over and over again. Yes. Stop marking everything on the map all the time. Stop remaking content that's similar to what you've already made. Yes. As far as I'm concerned, take inspiration from what Captain... fuck off. Tell him, crud. Hey, you are not Sea of... Sea of Thieves podcast reference. I need to get Theb to upload it tonight, so this is the real one. They should turn doubloons into IRL currency and spend the Emporium. Yeah. My favorite thing about smugglers is all their looters left to rot in any shore. I just don't want to get them. It's a pain to sell them on islands alone. It's even more pain to go from a Reaper Fort sell loot than go to a smuggler, especially when the loot isn't worth much. Yeah. Like, some of it's worth a decent bit, but for the most part, it's just not worth it. Already disappearing? Yeah, I know. I'm fading away. You're going to hate how long my essay of a comment is? Just skip it? We'll see. We'll see. Holy buzzwords. The copying is so strong in that room. It's creeping death. And the person next to Drew is the reason none of our complaints are heard. Fired. Damn. How much longer Flame are going to be sitting in a tent? Hello, Crudstream. Hello. Fire Mike Chapman. Real. Just seeing everyone act chill is insane. You should have more shame. I said this. Last ship standing in the whole game. Ooh. Poor Drew, dude. Waiting for Crud to react to this so I can put it on my SOT rant playlist. Okay. Fair enough. Bro, you missed my comment? Wait, did I? You came for 1206. Oh, I saw it. I just didn't, yeah, okay. See it. One concern before I push the decrease toxicity can make it clear what is toxic. That's a good point. That's what I was saying. Gonna be a good SOT rant. I'm seeing names I don't even recognize. This is getting out of hand. Can't believe how they all seem to think everything is fine. They're doing okay. Like we're reading out player survey. Yeah, like the everything's fine mentality they have is really bad because it's like, bro, you need to understand everything is at its fucking limit. Everything is going wrong right now. I bring a lot of attention to this, but this is what's going wrong. I shouldn't be ever at the top of the category. There's so many SOT players, SOT partners, that when they go live, they have hundreds upon hundreds. I shouldn't be able to be at the top of the category. That should be like a mark on its own for how bad the game's doing, that someone who's my size can be at the top. That's crazy. And this isn't me gloating. This is me being like ashamed that like doesn't make sense. Like 1% reduction in cheaters or whatever they said. Yeah. So what Xbox One support? Yep. Surely Sea of Thieves taken from OG code and just fully adds custom sales. That'll be the most. No. No. All right. Drop Xbox One support. Big up SOT rant. Real Rifty. Well, congrats, man. It's good that I'm on. I like, that's cool. But, look back a year, look back 2 years. There should be 5 people ahead of me. Bro, Pace 22 would get 2K views on SOT years ago. Can't even get 400. Yeah, like it's crazy that like that's another metric that like shows that like the interest in the game is dying. Not saying that I don't know. Quite possibly the only streamer I know actually listen to rant about a game instead of playing it. Lol, absolute best streamer ever right here. Hey, I play the game too. Don't get me wrong, I play it. Fuck, this green screen effect is taking me away. Oreo, here we go. So the video is a bit ironic. I hope for unexpected maybe more to make me feel better about the doubloon reset and reinvigorate me to maybe give a damn about playing it, especially with Golden Glory weekend. Instead, just told me my decision not play the rest of the season is 100% correct choice. My biggest concern was what if I can't afford the FOMO doubloon sync cosmetics? I actually like them. Doubt I will. So hearing that they're going to allow players who are active during those FOMO item releases to be able to earn them over time when they hit milestones and basically be given them for free by the sounds of it, that's not really true. We don't need to log in and pad my doubloons and make sure I can 100% afford them. Not know what the cosmetics look like or how much they cost is dumb. People have to keep thinking rare for their transparency. I know you do. I learned a TDM from watching you and Theb. Damn. That's crazy. Once again, you idiots, it's not that we have way too many doubloons, it's there's nothing to spend them on since you killed the black market years ago. The gifts, y'all are the goats. Oh, hell yeah, bro. The gifts. Just stop seasons. Hope it's good news. Oh. Want to add a currency cap for doubloons? Yep. Hey, there's Cody. Hi, Crudstream. Hi, Cody. Looking forward to Last Ship Standing, Hourglass update, long-awaited one. What? SOT is dying in Everwild, cancelled, Rare and Panic. Yeah, that's the literal unironic state of things. What do we got? He said the thing. Interesting. Now I'm waiting for Captain Falcor's analyze. Oh, brother. This guy stinks. Hello, Cody. Hi, Crud and chat. What up to Jugs? Most toxic people I've met on SOT has to be the PvE players. Yo, truth nuke. Fucking truth nuke right here. This is the other side of the problem here. It's not strictly PvP players. It is the little kids who jump on PvP and go, shit on kid, shit, whatever. But majority of the toxicity comes from people who go, hey, I'm just doing fishing, don't sink me. Hey. And then they say the worst slurs you've ever heard that have been dug up from 1800s. Fuck, I fucked that up majorly. Dug up from the 1800s. Falcor dropping the same video for the 5th year in a row, no offense, but Falcor after saying, hey, the game's not dying, you're just being negative. And then being like, hey, the game's dying. It's like, okay. Okay, bro. PvP heads will call you dog shit, but PvE nerds will call you the N-word for sinking them. Yeah. It's like Falcor because I like the way he spoke about the lore and I still occasionally like that stuff, but after a while it's grasping at straws. His opinion on the game's ideas are Yeah. He's one of the ones you see the comments and people are like, yeah, man, you've been around for ages, so I agree. It's like, There was a comment on one of his videos. I didn't watch his video, but I looked at the comments. Let me go look at my Google activity so I can find the comment. Because I think this is pretty apt. Here we go. Comments I have liked on YouTube. Blah, 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 blah. Gotta go find Falcor's video comments. Give me a sec. Okay, here's one of the comments that I thought was pretty crazy and I went in and liked it. So on Falcor's video, this guy goes, sorry dude, but I lost faith in this game as time has gone on, and I've lost even more faith in you in the last few weeks. This is at Falcor, not at me. You can't seriously be trying to blame the audience for thinking you're being dismissive when you put a have your cake and eat it too thumbnail on the now deleted video where you spent 15 minutes justifying the Doubloon reset only to delete the video and blame the backlash on the viewer. It's fine to agree with these ideas, but you have the same problem. Lock in. You keep going back and forth on whether or not you support these changes without acknowledging your part as someone actively telling the player base, relax, it's fine, stop crying, only to put responsibility on the viewer for saying, this is a dumb take, stop defending these changes in the first place. Pretty good. Pretty good. Just, yeah. And then the other comment I liked on this video was 5 more years? Eat shit. That's just a really funny comment. Doesn't matter who that's on. That's just a very fucking funny comment. 5 more years? Eat shit. Lore accurate. Bang accurate comment. I don't know why SOT partners are so dumb, has no voice because partnership. I mean, obviously, if you are partnered with a company, you expect, you're probably expected to be a little positive about it, but like, forcing positivity is worse than forcing negativity. There was this tweet, which I really disagree with. Cliff the Story guy, nice guy. He goes, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Some of this SOT hate feels so forced, LMAO. Obviously, there's hate, but you can't throw any bit of criticism into the same basket as hate and call it all hate. You can't be like, oh, because people are making videos saying SOT is dying, that's hate. Even to defend Falcor in him switching his take to now being the game is dying, it's out of hope and love for the game. It's not out of hate. There's no popular SOT commentator that actually hates the game. There's no one who actually genuinely hates the game and wants it to die that's getting any views or making these videos. It's people who care for the game and want it to be good so they can keep playing it. Toxic's response, nothing more ironic than a video saying SOT is dead getting 100k views. We're moving on. Yeah, it's not hate. Just because it's not positive, it's neutral. That doesn't make it hate, I'm sorry. 5 years for what? SOT is apparently supposed to go till 2030. That's what Mike Chapman says. He says the game will exist at least until 2030. So 4 more years now. Imagine Mario and Top Hat who left the Payday partnership to criticize the game with no bias. Yeah. Toxie been saying some wild stuff like that. Yeah, I'm really good friends with Toxie. Love her. her tweets, and like I'd happily discuss this with her. Some of her tweets have been, I think she's trying a little too much to be positive about the state of the game. I get it. You want to see the light in some things, but there are just inarguably bad things happening in the game right now. Imagine check the stream after a good bit. I come back to this. What is bro wearing? What was supposed to happen after 2030? That's just how long Mike Chapman believes SOT will last till. Feels like you have to gaslight yourself in order to keep playing. Yes, I'm having fun. Yeah, like she lies herself by doing. Yeah, it's like weird, right? Like obviously being all doom and gloom is a bad thing, but being all sunshine and rainbows when you know something's not good is also a bad thing. Like if I act like I love that 99% of my SOT encounters now are just me chasing someone, then I'm a fucking liar. Obviously, she plays on EU servers, which are the most populated, so she's probably having actual PvP normal interactions. I can't get that, unfortunately. But the game is in a bad state. Undeniable. The devs have now got 2 videos of them saying it's in a bad state. I'll never get all the fish till 2030. One day we have a def detect video, which is why... Sorry, def detect vid, which why SOT is dying. We'll get a lot of those. I've been playing since Burning Blade season. It was the most fun I had not knowing anything about the game. Yep. If I had done the game back in the day when I played, it was because I was frustrated with how the game played out and wanted to change for the better. Yep. I can always find you NA servers. Problem is, Cody, I can't stand the ping. The ping fucking cooks me, dude. I'm just now getting okay at 2-tapping on native. If you put me on ping, I'm back on Blunder Sword. EU's a bit better, but servers are dead here. Well, EU is unplayable completely. EU is 300 ping. NA is 150 to 250, but EU is 300 plus. Going to move to after SOT Star Citizen, having a lot of fun. Oh, Scam Citizen. All right. What else we got? Here is how I'll fix this game and set it up for another 8 years of success. Completely abandon the seasonal production approach and get the entire team working on updates for large content drops once or twice a year. Okay. Add player progression and ship progression by implementing consumable upgradable parts for boats and pirates. This will make gold relevant again. I don't even care if you have to completely reset everyone's gold to do it. I have said that. That's good. Make interesting and meaningful changes to the world. Give us new areas to explore and investigate. Puzzles and secrets. Yep. Embrace some new ideas and mechanics that don't involve forts or fighting skeletons. God knows we have enough of this already. Focus on new content that we can engage with while on our boats. Destructible environments like Veil Voyages are extremely cool and underutilized. Yeah, I agree. Those are all things I've been talking about in the past. Been a while since I've had any sort of interesting encounters in OCE without forcefully raising Reapers. The problem is then they run even earlier if you have Reapers up. They're all sitting under the bunker, still convinced they can turn this shit around, doing the same thing over and over again, ignoring little T-34 tanks rolling overhead. Oh. Okay. Why can't anyone spell doubloons unironically? I know there's the joke for doubloons and it's a picture of a cat's paws. Like, do people not know this is a joke? Like, it's written in, like, cat speak. It's like, haha, 4 doubloons. There's no A in doubloons. It's D-O-U-B. It's doubloons. It's D-O-U-B. I like the references to this, but I don't think people are referencing this. I think people just don't know how to fucking read or write. It's doubloon. Like that. Doubloons. Doblon in the original Spanish. Even that's better than Doubloon. If you're writing Doubloon and you're not referencing the cat memes, then you're illiterate, and I hate you, actually. Crazy, though. Crazy. I see it everywhere. Doubloon is the most common spelling, and I'm pretty sure people don't know that that's incorrect. Yeah, Spooky, you're illiterate. You're not illiterate. You're, fucking... What is the word? Dyslexic. You're dyslexic, so that's different. Yeah, if you're dyslexic, different story. But... So many... God, this makes my nose run because it's just like making my nose sweat. So many people don't know how to spell doubloons, and I think it's a problem. Got the Goblin Mask firework. Yeah, I'm just autistic. That's fair. Double ballon. I'm European. Do I get a pass? Yeah, you get a pass. You keep saying sandbox. Sandbox left a long time ago with portals and diving. Truth nuke. You didn't make a word tier list. Yeah, give me can you send me a list of every word? One message at a time on Instagram so I don't look at it. Truth keg. Ooh. Summary. We push out content because we need to somehow make it run on the Xbox One first. Which always takes too long and drags the quality of the content down every single update. Do you not see that these are the biggest issues the game have right now? Performance and lack of excitement. And yes, read the comment by Vonzalius. Yes, the changes he suggested would help the game, but if you're not going to make those, which I'm fairly certain you won't, at least drop the Xbox One support, just so we can get rid of the horrible lag. Also, SOT Rant is going to go crazy. Yes, we will be watching Crud in the middle of the night. For a second, I was like, Is this someone who's never watched me and is complaining about Xbox One? Because that's based. Fair enough, though. Big ups, the one who cooks microwave meal. The fuck? Can we kill diving? Portal Rock was peak server hop with active hunting. They need to get rid of diving. They won't, but they need to. Yo, big ups, YouTube notifications 2150. Launch trailer has a crack in it, by the way. Massive disappointment. Can't wait for Switch 2. My friend died, so I don't have any stamina for Sea of Thieves at the moment. Never mind. Let's all say, Rip Bubbo. If anyone finds this comment, say, Rip Bubbo. Rip Bubbo. Is Joe intentionally losing weight, or we're talking about he is sick or something? Joe got promoted. Why don't they just stop Xbox One support, but keep his own thing and keep updating content? I've said that. Make Xbox One only edition. Go, here's the game. There'll be servers. There won't be any more updates. That's all they have to do. And then keep updating the better version.
R.I.P. Bobo.
Rip Bobo. Rip Bobo. It's Bobo. It's not Bobo. It's Bobo. How the fuck did you immediately spell it wrong? See? People can't read. I said Bobo. Ugh. What's going on with the custom servers? I bet this is a person who doesn't know that custom servers have no progress. I guarantee this person thinks custom servers have progress. I think that is truly, where my ear's gone. That is truly the only reason people are excited about custom servers is because they don't know that it doesn't actually have progress. What up, what up? Xbox One is older than every Battle Royale player. The Xbox One is older than fucking the average SOT player. Hey, thank you for the bits, Maxim. How does SOT get fixed? Everyone at the table gets fired and replaced. So is everything tied to doubloons now get converted to gold price after reset? No, now we know that it doesn't. Now we know that you buy it from Larina for doubloons again. Play with 2 friends, so we shall play something else while Season 19 is in place, as it's Sloop-only. The Sea of Thieves player base is perhaps one of the most intelligent and comprehensive people. Hoping the March 30 update, they announced that crud is a new complete overseer in the game will be okay by the end of the year. Hope you're not keeping that secret from us. Hey, NDAs, bro. You'll fix it? Please fix it, Kelp. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Yeah, you're making the heart bigger. Add a new... Wait, where'd they go? Add a new big ship, please, like Man of War. Dude, I just picture this cat saying that. Look. Look, he's like... When SOT dies, you have plans to convert to a solo PvE game. Nope. Couldn't even watch or wait for crud. Thank you for the bits again, stickers. Touch not our doubloons. Drooling baby, yeah. Well, the world is ending. Missiles launched at Iran. Who launched missiles at Iran? It wasn't me. Hey, thank you for the rest of the bits. Hell yeah.
5 years of SOT still to go. I don't think server can handle that.
It's not possible, bro. It's just not possible. I don't want to because it'll be the end of the game, but the Chaos Gremlin in my heart really wants some cancel custom servers just to watch people explode. Custom servers are very soon. We know this because of data mining. So, custom servers and Safer Seas Fleets, the subscription service for both of them, is slated to be the start of this year, which means it has to be next month at the latest. This wolf pet, the red wolf, will be a reward for custom sea subscribers if you subscribe within the first 3 months of release. And so we are getting custom seas and Safer Seas Fleets soon because this wouldn't exist otherwise. Trump and Bibi rolling out right now, no joke. Wait, really? Holy fuck. We need a Man of War, we need 5v2s. Horse, thank you for the horse. Yeah, no. So custom seas is still coming, and somewhere in here is the toggles, which is like all the things you can toggle on and off. But yeah, no, it is coming. It is coming, and probably next month, maybe at the end, or right after the end, maybe like fucking April. Yeah. Bring Arena back. No. No. Not any real content in the game, but lowers the amount of doubloons earned by the old content. Game is largely about cosmetics, the same game where you need to pay real money for cosmetics. The game shops get lackluster 0-effort reskins every month. They gatekeep curses because people don't want to pay money for them. Yep. Wide as an ocean, deep as a raindrop. Joni fighting in the Middle East. Dude, we're sending over the Servants of the Flame to deal with this. When can I find out when double XP weekends happen? This is what I mean by... Before, I made a reference to when they're like adding... like community weekends and shit that like people won't know when they are. This is what that is. Thank you for the bits.
So which custom seas they can calm down on the period Emporium?
They could have if they released it fucking 5 years. Here's the custom seas rant. Okay, so If you are a Sea of Thieves partner or affiliate alliance, you actually already have access to custom servers. The problem with those custom servers is they are just simply a no progress server that people can join. You can't control the world events, the supplies, where ships spawn. You can't do anything. Because of this, the Sea of Thieves non-official competitive communities all died out over the course of the last 6 years. Custom seas will allow you to control these things. PvE, weather, treasure, supplies, ship spawning, the amount of players on the ships. That's right, you can have 10 people on a sloop. The problem, it's 2026. You're doing this in 2026. All of those players have given up. All of those things have shut down. It's a paid subscription service. Lots of people would pay that. But unfortunately, you let every single ounce of competition drain out of this game. And now you're offering them, hey, here's that thing we should have gave you a decade or half a decade ago. Custom Seas is going to have a shitload of people purchasing it. And then after the second month, it'll have no one. Because here's the other part of it. It comes alongside Safer Seas fleets, which is Safer Seas, but you can have your friends join you. What's the problem with that? As soon as you play a few sessions on a server where the only boats are your friends, you realize, hey, this isn't fun. This is just kind of a worse version of High Seas because there's less loot, there's less gold, and sure, I can run into my friends, we can take some photos, but do I want to pay another month of this? The problem is, once you start paying a subscription service, if you're savvy to it, you'll be like, oh, am I getting my $15 a month worth out of this? You won't be. You'll go, oh, I had a good couple sessions with 5 other boats on the server that I'm friends with, and then the next session's only 4 other boats, and then 3, and then 2, and then you realize, fuck, no one wants to play on Safer Seas fleets with me anymore. Why am I paying for this? In my opinion, that is my prediction as I fade away into obscurity. Yeah, I'm imagining there's going to be a queue system the day one. The queue will be so long nobody ever do anything, servers will crash. There was a queue for Safer Seas when it first launched. Safer Seas fleets is incredible for roleplay. The only thing to do in SOT, roleplay abuse. Safer Seas fleets will be nice for doing SOT stuff though. Yeah. Well, actually no, custom seas will be good for that. Because you can spawn in the loot. Unfortunately, loot art is the lowest form of content. Yeah. Captain Falcor, okay. Oh, dude, that's crazy. Captain, hey, the game's in a good state. Stop fucking complaining. 6 months ago, being like, yeah, the game is in a bad state. Nice, dude. Good job. Go back to sitting on the fence. Don't really think anyone will buy that. Heaps of people buy it at the start. That's it. Don't tell White that. Yeah, Yoda himself. Can't wait to infiltrate Safer Seas fleets and get called out for fail RP when I spawn camp someone. That's the thing, right? You're in a Safer Seas fleet. Oh my god. Content alert. Get in a Safer Seas fleet with a bunch of people that just want to have a little bit of fun, and then invite me to it and Theb, and then we go ruin. Put that one on the calendar. Put that one on the calendar. Probably a really low chance of that being possible to happen, but you know. Get a Minecraft server $5 where I can add in a mod to give myself ships that I control and fire cans out of. I'll just spend $15 on Sea of Thieves server on top of $10 for Plunder Pass and anything else in the Emporium. We don't even know if it's going to cost $15. It might cost more. That one's going on the bucket list? Yeah, if we can get that. It's a lot of effort though. Let's go on par with getting into server lines. Because if you're in Safer Seas, you're already annoyed because you're getting way less gold, right? But they can turn off PvP damage. Not in Safer Seas fleets. They can turn it off in Custom Seas, but not Safer Seas fleets. Custom Seas has no progression. Safer Seas fleets does. Fortnite Playground was free, by the way. Dude, Fortnite's free. What does Mix say? $10. Why are we talking about integration of seasons and the challenge of delivering monthly updates? The game is on its 8th year and we're acting like it's an early access title on its first year release in terms of workflow. Maybe it's time to start working on content that's actually requested or new instead of nothing burgers that are meant to change the sandbox that nobody but 2-3% of the player base gives any interest to or die on the vine in the same month of its release. Genuinely, who asked for Molten Sands, Fort of Fortune V2, or Ashen Garrison's Seafort V2? Yeah. There's no competent competition, so the devs are just throwing. I've said it before. Didn't they increase the gold? Yeah, but you still can't do emissaries. So there's no... I just read that. Goblin mode powerful? Yeah, my ears and shit keep fading away. The green screen effect doesn't know how to handle this. It's time to rant. Crud rant. Oh yeah. Why not make a doubloon trinket? Fair enough. Make Joe come talk to us. Joe's busy. Doubloon. Me when the SOT ranting gang and crud sit around echo chamber how shit the game is. Yeah. We're all echo chambering. I hate it. Green eats the green, such is life. Yeah.
Yoda cried.
For the bits, I thank you. Respect to Mixel Pixel. Is that like German folk monster from that one movie? Maybe. Yeah, the Blabadook. We're spend all their resources on the crusade against Theb, evidently. Imagine if that like comes out. It's like, yeah, we actually spent a lot of money putting together a strike force to like try to get him removed, and we just couldn't. Doubloons out of control. Been playing since Alpha. I only have 2,000, maybe 4,000 altogether. Okay, you're bad at the game. How the fuck do you only have 4,000 doubloons? Also, doubloons. For the doubloon reset. It's like this is made specifically to piss me off. What do you mean, doubloon? What does this idiot have to say? This is the problem. You keep thinking of doubloons as a cosmetic currency. Doubloons can be a currency for saving outfits, loadouts, ship repairs, and other things that are not cosmetics. Buying more save slots for our loadouts and our outfit sets. Doubloons will never be fixed if it stays as a cosmetic currency. Simply adding these features that were promised in a podcast like this one 3 years ago would have fixed doubloons. Not really. I just want to make doubloons like platinum in Warframe. Probably. Spell it different every time I type it. My daughter cannot identify it. Crud head's gone. Yeah. Do you think Fozzie's in the crossfire right now? Can't talk about that. Doubloon is the new pregante. Or the fuzzy voice too good. It's not even offensive. I'm just doing his voice 1-to-1. Why is the comment section eating you, dude? I can't help it. I'm getting absorbed. Almost listen to spit my drink, listen to the fuzzy voice. Sometimes it's really good. I didn't think that was a good version of it. Sometimes I get the inflection right. I didn't get the inflection right there. Yeah, TC Guardian, you were right. I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to read that. I'll give you a thumbs up, but I'm probably not going to read that, bro. You were right to warn me. I'm sure it's a good comment, but I'm sure there's good words in there. If you see this comment, go like it. Read it, make me. Read it, make me. Oh, Jesus. This is depressing. Just pull the plug. It's bullet pointed. It is, but look, I like... 50 gifted? Okay, Zakadak. I know times... wait, what does TC sound like? I know he's Australian. I'm going to give him a Kiwi accent. I know times are hard, but there are some big misses in this, and I'm going to voice my opinions, which no one wants. I think you need to mention that too many doubloons counts as, from player-to-player discussion, most of experienced players closer to the 2.5k with thousands of hours played. That's only enough to buy 1 or 2 expensive items in the store, which people wouldn't perceive as too much. The Bilge Rat Weekend thing, I'm honestly excited. It could be a fantastic addition to the game if executed in an exciting way, or it'll be tacked into the FOMO category. I'm turning into an Aussie as I'm trying to do a Kiwi voice. If it's the latter, 2 T's in later. If it's the latter, taking the doubloons to create FOMO is going to be received poorly. You acknowledge game is about earnable cosmetics to show achievements, so why have there been so few earnable commendation-related cosmetics for the last few patches, and yet so many Emporium cosmetics? Yeah, this isn't a good Kiwi accent at all. You mentioned the gold economy, that is a much bigger problem than doubloons right now. Once, the only way to find something worth near 20k was to either do a long voyage or to take a big risk at something which everyone knew was on the server. Fort of the Damned, Foff, Veil Tornado. Now, you can load in, go grab an orb from a Skelly camp, and boom, 20k without emissary. No, that was the joke, TC. I know you're not. The balance should be either. You take a long time on low-value voyages and get to avoid players, or take the risk at player interaction and get the big-ticket item which everyone can see. But currently, every crew can go off individually, find 100, 200k without needing to risk any interaction. This massively contributes to that empty server feeling. We need an economy reset. Lootflation is high. Truth. All truth. You mentioned the Eternal Guard and being happy with the different moveset. I think the biggest gripe I've heard with this fight is the guard teleports around and becomes invulnerable. Yo, my points. Making a drawn-out fight that does not reward learning the moveset. And getting even better at the game with improved fighting experience, it's hardline difficulty for the sake of a drawn-out fight, which makes it feel more frustrating than rewarding. Yep. Season 17 score 5.6 out of 10. If you were Googling a restaurant to go to and saw a 2.8 out of 5 star review, you'd avoid it like the plague. A 3 out of 5 start? Maybe. But into the 2s, no one's going for that. Saying it's a 5% dip is missing acknowledging that a 5 out of 10 or a 2.5 out of 5 is like the bottom score as people generally rate things above average when they shouldn't. Season 17 showcase to launch, you acknowledge the player that what you showed in the showcase was not received well, but what was in the showcase was not viable. That's really bad. The trailer didn't show much more than some player versus player shenanigans at Port Merrick with some loot and kegs, and it wasn't deliverable. I apologize to Division and Anthem for their trailer versus reality issues they had. Never apologize to the Division or Anthem. You love him so cute. Yeah, it's a little gator bro, a little love heart. Look, it's this little guy. It's this little guy, but it's a Valentine's Day edition of him. He's our chubby little guy. You might think that improving something is going to make a huge impact on the ratings. I'm sorry, what? Is this why nothing gets patched? Is this why I've waited for 11 seasons for Hourglass improvements? It should have been a patch 2+ years ago when the mode actually had players. Real, dude. Is this why mask bugs still exist, meaning ammo boxes and right side cannons are just unusable sometimes? Years after the bug was brought in the game? Dude, you are saying the right facts here. Negative player encounters are affecting players' perception of game health far more than we were anticipating. This survey came out at the tail end of a year of horrendous cheating, and this statement doesn't really sit well that it was a surprise to the dev team. While granted, outside of cheating, I really don't know how to change this. It is a tough topic, as people online can be malicious. I like that you guys have a hard line on racism, but other toxicity is difficult due to differences of perception, i.e., I got informed I was being toxic last night for sinking a burning blade as efficiently as we could. No drawing it out as an Athena for the commendation, which is clearly an intended part of gameplay. Possibly communicating what you games developers perceive as toxicity versus gameplay might help. What's on your face? I got a goblin mask. It was a sub reward. Is this a new SOT vid? Yep. Season 19, the anniversary weekend sounds great. The fixes for Hourglass you said yourself should have been in patches when they are complete. Turning them into an update, which is arriving 11 seasons after the original Hourglass release, really sours the trust in you. Especially the anti-cheater requirements to do Hourglass, which were talked about what feels like a year ago, correct? And seems like something that could be done in a 1-week hotfix, correct? Many of the things you talk about were requested by SOT partners since over a year ago. The ones I know of no longer or rarely play the game. Rest in peace, Nessie and Sponge. This really feels like you've spent so long making a big wedding cake for a house party that all the guests will have left by the time it arrives, and cupcakes would have sufficed. The cut stuff, the orb, most people don't care for as they don't know about it. The crack and rework that is so overdue now it's being shelved, this seems like a bad sign. This is something that seems necessary to game health, and yet you're admitting you aren't going to work on admitting you aren't going to work on screams that the dev team feels like a skeleton crew. Nice. The time-limited monthly Sloop Hourglass event sounds cool. I'm excited for it. I'm really hoping for a turnaround with post-Season 19, because at the moment things seem really bad, and it seems like the dev team doesn't play this game with their own players. They don't know what actually works in the sandbox, and are surprised when things go to insiders and players go, what were you thinking? Please start playing your own game on high seas. Play it enough that you get bored of the content you've added to the game, and get inspired to add things. Play it enough that you learn all the bugs that plague us so you know how urgently it needs to be fixed. Play it enough that you know what toxicity is or isn't. This game is like no other, has so much potential, but these last few seasons have seemed like a major disconnect from the player base that love this game so much. Whew, Jesus Christ, TC. I agree with the entire thing. Fucking Christ. Alright, where's that 50 gifted? Oh, Zakadax, I thought Grabojor said that. God damn it. I didn't look at you both spoke at the same time. Damn it. Force the devs to hop on open career? Dude, they'll kill themselves. Might seem like a silly thing, but doesn't it feel kind of bad the pride flags are often used by trolls and cheaters and thus associated with them? Yeah, but it's just typical. He said 5? Oh, man. That hurt hearing it read out. You worked hard. I was trying to do a stupid voice the whole time. But no, that's a good comment. Like, I mean, a lot of what you said is what I've kind of already said, right? Like, today. Like, these are all things that I think should be obvious points to any experienced player. But what are we getting instead? Nothing. I am late to the crud rant? Yeah. Rez is my favorite company just in how dysfunctional it is? Yep. See how many dang balloons you need for the items that make sauce give you dang belongs to revive old content and have the playbase hate on recycling content? Dude, that'd be based. Oh, yo, TC, you didn't have to gift. Thank you for the 5, though. Honestly, make the Siren Song just give doubloons at a flat rate and make it rarer. That would be so good. Once we're in a situation where we need doubloons again, if Siren Song gets you 150 doubloons, I'm doing Siren Song, and it's rare. It doesn't come up all the time.
Team and like crud cook
I'm
on
doing
this
that.
game
That's a
XD.
genius fucking idea. There's no piracy, just love. Yeah. Thank you, Maxim. At my moments. No, that is a great idea, because the important thing is, though, it needs to be made way less common. I want to hear that fucking parchment appear and go, all right, here we go. Let's go get 150 doubloons so we can buy 1/10 of a new item. Literally just make word events rare and make it take up word event slot. Yeah. And if anyone ever got involved when Nessie and Sponge got partner and did the Siren Song events they ran, those are so fun. when you're playing in a server where every single ship is trying to do a siren song, it's so fucking good. Otherwise, it sucks. This before, it was a big problem, like when flame art fleets are added. True, yeah. Probably have to change a G for a D in the code, though. Sounds like work there. Yeah. This is I already read that. Sea of Trash. Okay, Prison Mike. Prison Mike. Big ups Prison Mike for this is a guy who sticks to his word. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Check this out. So on Theb's video, right? Theb did a Raid Shadow Legends ad. Let me sit up. All right. Theb did a Raid Shadow Legends ad, and he got paid fucking thousands of dollars just to include it. And then in here, fuck. Hang on. I gotta get more comments to load up. There we go. In here, Prison Mike goes, damn, unsubbed after seeing the raid sponsorship. I clicked on his thing, and you can see he genuinely is no longer subbed to Theb. Brother stood on business, and you got to respect it. You got to respect it. Look, he has public subs on. He actually unsubbed to Theb because of it. So big up Prison Mike. I respect you for that so much. No one else would do it like that. Are Ghost Fleet still a thing in the world now? Yes, they are. He's a legit one. Yeah, no, that is the most base thing you could do. The Doubloon reset. The Doubloon reset. Someone needs to download all these comments in a week and sort how many misspellings of doubloons there are. He said, fuck you, I leave you. Crud, they patched out they can't climb up ladders bug yet? If so, didn't fix anything? No, Babs. So they have the patch ready for that. They've had that patch ready for 2 weeks, but they're not pushing it until the new Act update on Thursday, so the patch notes will be bigger. They have fixed that bug, but it's not fixed in live yet. Doubloons, the Doubloon. At America Latin server, this game is so dead. All right. What are stupid things to discuss? Doubloons, crobloons. Biggest insult is converting doubloons to gold, which we already know is useless after 5 hours of gameplay. Oh, maybe longer, but yeah. We'll start misspelling stuff. I'll go insane. Do you have any interest in Ultra Kill? Yeah. I'm waiting until it's finished. I played Ultra Kill during Crud Birth, I think like 2 years ago on stream. Yeah, 2024. I'm just waiting until it's done to go back to it. Currently, according to Control F12. Yeah, but you got to consider all the other, like some guy said doubloons before, right? Like, oh, you guys are trolling the game so hard. Wait, if I do Control F right now, Doubloon, 7 matches of just Doubloon alone already. Planetary Annihilation news in your Steam library? Real! New chapter was peak? Yeah, I've heard it's good. I'm just waiting on, more. Oh, there's Prison Mike again. I swear if you actually do doubloons, I'm wiping the game from my PC. Fair. Just came here to leave my dislike. Based. Just admitted the game is toast. Yeah. Nice to put faces of people ruining my once favorite game. Damn. When actually is doubloon reset? Is it? No. Do not convert them into gold. They will automatically be converted into gold if you have any left over. So the doubloon situation. Here's the dates and shit, because it's important that you don't jump the gun. So, March 19th, Larina will open a shop with the limited time doubloon themed items. Use your doubloons to purchase those. April 16th, anyone who didn't buy those items will automatically get them based on how many doubloons they had. The rest of your doubloons will be converted into gold. So do not spend your doubloons. Save them, spend them on the 19th, or don't spend them and you'll get the items you could have afforded on the 16th. Do not do convert it all. Do not do anything with that. The doubloon situation is crazy. New video. Yeah. Podcast has a negative like to dislike ratio. It would. Yeah. Whatever you do, I keep telling people, don't spend your fucking doubloons because you're missing out. If you've recently spent doubloons though, on items, raise a support ticket and say, hey, I recently spent a shitload of doubloons on a shitload of items without realizing I'm losing them all and I could have bought temporary time limited items. They will refund your fucking doubloons. How many doubloons you need to buy all? We won't know till next week, I think they said. For some reason, they really don't want us to know. Allegedly, according to support, there will be an event before it to earn doubloons. So all past items for doubloons will be sold for gold after? No! As it turns out, that's what we thought was happening. But as it turns out, what will instead happen is with the Bilge Rat Weekender, month 2 of next season, so 2 months from now, Larina's Black Market. With all the doubloons you'll earn during the Bilge Rat Weekender, you wanted to dip into Larina's updated Black Market and purchase some of the desirable items which were previously only available as seasonal rewards. Larina will replace her stock with new items every time a Bilge Rat Weekender begins, so if you see something you like, make sure to grab it while you can. So, things that cost doubloon at the moment are still going to cost doubloons. Yeah. Remember, if you raise a support ticket, call the doubloons, or take it more serious. I'm drugs right now, so I go lurk so I don't say any foolish. Fair. Can't tell if this management being silly. The devs of the upper management company is so funny. It's fucked. It's called the Weekender. I thought you were just pronouncing weekend like an idiot. Did you not watch the rant where they kept saying it? They kept saying Weekender. Fuck you. Yeah. Don't spend doubloons. Go get a refund on doubloons. They're resetting them, right? Yes. So, before they reset them, they're adding a temporary shop to spend them on time-limited cosmetics that are doubloon themed that'll go away forever if you don't buy them. This is every weekend or every fortnight. It's once a month. The weekend will be once a month. Yeah, here we go. So check this out, right? So, thank you for contacting Sea of Thieves support. We understand you're concerned about wanting a refund for cosmetics purchased shortly before the doubloon reset announcement. After reviewing your account, we can see we are able to offer you a refund for your 10 items purchased with doubloons within the last 30 days. Please send us a list of the items. So, you can get a refund on doubloons. Remember the Bilge Rat's month ender? Fully confident the shop is going to bug the fuck out. Yep. When is Bilge Rat's SOT ender? Grogmanet? Dude, do not talk about Grogmanet. How much would the conversion to gold be? We don't know. Probably the same as it is at the moment. But honestly, like I said, don't convert it. They'll automatically convert it for you. What's the best way to farm doubloons? The best way to farm doubloons is Ashen Captain's Skeleton Reset, where you go to a small island with an Ashen Captain, kill it, reset the island by cannoning out a bunch and murming, and then kill it again, and then you get a bunch of Ashen Keys. That's the best way to farm doubloons. Otherwise, they will also give you Reaper chests that you can sell for doubloons. Barnacle Cave, yeah. There's probably a guide somewhere on how to do it efficiently. I don't do it because I don't need to, but yeah. Try this for hours and Ashen Caps are so rare. Yeah, they're super rare. So it ends with the GMU finds Archipelago and takes it over. Also when GMU shows up. GMU shows up season 20. What happened to Grogmanet? Neither notch my tankard. They cancelled it. Hey, Crud rant. Crud, I demand my rant now, my glorious king. Do you really trust Red not to fuck you converting them? I mean, I don't care because I don't need gold. But yeah, they'll fuck it up. Doing Molten Sands is a good way too. Yeah. Obviously, it's a lot of effort though. And there's a chance of risk with that compared to something else. But yeah, Grogmanet did suck. It sucked having a chest of grogs on your ship and then having to take it off the ship, drink it, and try to kill skeletons. It was not fun. But them turning it into a login bonus and then getting rid of it the next year is fucking stupid. That's sad, yeah. Why is it Bilge Rat's Weekends when they rename it to Adventures at Sea? Silly devs. Prison Mike is going to have to work to keep his word. Yeah, Hello, Franz. God, what? Yeah. Every game I play and love has let me down. Glad Windrose is releasing somewhat soonish. I'll be hopping on that game, making my new pirate game. But it's nothing like SOT. He didn't say it was, which, yeah. Are they going to add a new curse next season? They were supposed to add it this season. They might be adding it next season. They said they want to add it at a thematic time. So probably not next season. This is a crud special. Can't wait. Hell yeah. Whew. All right. So exploiters who are transferring their doubloons to gold are getting that anyway. Cool. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hey, Crud. Hello, Sanana. Wait, Crud, are you the one who does a Crud launch fishing rod before launch from account? Yes, Crud launch is named after me. Yes. That's me. It's named after me because that was a joke with Nessie because, I name things like Crud Box, Crud Stream, Crud whatever. And I was like, yo, Nessie, I bet I can get Crud launch called Crud launch. I bet I could get it called Crud launch. He's like, no one will call it that. And then everyone called it that. That's me. I didn't discover it. I just did it. I'll eat doubloons now. Man. King Hot Dog Pig. Here we go. You've been building a lot of anticipation and holding back a lot of information for this next community direct, so expectations are very high. And for a lot of people, this can be a make or break moment depending on what's shared. March 30th needs to be huge news for the game. It shouldn't just touch on the topics we've been asking about, but should also give us meaningful, in-depth looks and clear plans for the future, as I'm assuming we aren't getting an actual preview event this year. We've been told that you'll be very open with your plans in this direct, so I'm hoping that means some real looks into things like new regions, ship types, custom seas, premium subscription, and what's ahead for season 2021. Give us some real Sea of Thieves. Are you wearing a green shiesty with a green screen, or is it blue screen? I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast. It has a built-in virtual background thing, see? So, like, it just does it. But it's obviously, with actual green stuff on like this, it is a bit glitchy. Yeah, no, it's just a virtual background. Like, I could do a blur. I could do this. Is that for Zoom classes? It's pretty good. It fucking eats your GPU, though. Like, if you remember, on my old GPU, I couldn't do it end stream. It would make my OBS overload. It fucking chews up your GPU. Something that's really funny that you can do with it is you can do replace, and then you can play a movie in the background with no audio. Now it's going to break. Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, look. We can watch Smiling Friends. Look, we can sit back and we can watch Smiling Friends in my webcam. Isn't that funny? Oh. Shrek 1? Maybe. If you guys are good. I think that's a massive copyright issue if I actually did play a whole movie or a TV show, though, even if it's obscured by me. Insane work. It's pretty funny. How about toxic encounters? Are you doing Tall Tale solo and getting attacked and sunk every time, or doing PvP and not even be able to spawn back, where though two people spawn camping to kill you as a solo, or galleons chasing you down as a solo for hours while shouting abuse at you? Do them on Safer Seas. Do them on Safer Seas. Sea of Thieves podcast in the back. That's a good idea. My favorite thing while in class was switch my background and put me in dangerous situation on Zoom. How are the comments? Any actual good takes? There's a few good takes, because there's people who are influenced now to make good takes, like TC Guardian. I mean, he was already that. King Hot Dog Pig. No, there's good takes. There's very few bad takes left, because those people have now given up. Does that say crud humor? Yes, it does. Who told you those people cannot be sunk? Wait, who told you those people you cannot be sunk because you're doing TT? I don't know why people do that. Go into Safer Seas to do Tall Tales if you don't want to encounter other players. There's no reason to do Tall Tales on high seas unless you want to encounter players. This game's about sailing and questing, but it's also about sinking and dying, so... Sorry for all the hate, guys. It's not hate, it's criticism. Does it say crud humor? I think it does. You guys are missing the mark. Crud, hello, you'll need Jesus. Where is the bungee of Europe? The remnant of OG Tall Tale pre-checkpoints? Yeah. Shouldn't think people doing Tall Tale, but like, why are they doing a high seas? Well, that's the thing, right? Why do it? There's no reason to play high seas unless you wish to encounter other players. If you want to have emissary up, it warns you that other players will target you. There's no reason to play high seas unless you strictly want to encounter other players. If you don't, that's fine. You play Safer Seas. It's not some like, oh, go do this instead. It's genuinely good advice. So you're resetting currency that if you play a ton, it will simply become more useless currency? Yep. I tell new people to try to go spawns if you get 100 foul skulls on board. Is that toxic? That's base. This game has more rules than a religion. I should be able to enjoy it the way I fucking want. Yeah. Like I said, you can do Tall Tales on high seas. I'm not saying you cannot. I'm saying it's a bad idea. If you're the type of person that will get upset if someone tries to sink you and you go, wait, I'm doing a Tall Tale. It's like, okay, but why did you bring it here then? You know? Why are you walking your dog over a pit of spikes? What a shit analogy that was. You know, like, what are you doing? You do Tall Tales on high seas for trinkets? You can. You can. But are these people doing it for trinkets? No, they're just doing it to get Tall Tales done. Usually. We don't want more PvP Hourglass. We want more story progression, Tall Tales, new enemies and sea beasts, new loot, new locations to explore. You had us so excited with the new Kraken encounter, then you double back to give us the excuse it's too hard. Lock in. Rare. Also, just load the last checkpoint. Yep, you get checkpoints. I did high seas on all high seas before Safer was interested. You are fucked. But yeah, no, a lot of people did, and that's fine. But I'm saying now that you can do it with it, what I'm saying is, if your main concern with doing Tall Tales is that people try to sink you, you have a way to not do it on high seas. So why ever get mad? For all you whining gamers are sick of Rare in its game, play something else. Seriously, there are thousands of other titles. You've had your money's worth, so please give it a rest as the same old complaints every time. Damn, Ian Taylor. Damn, you really owned them. You owned those haters by saying that there's other games. I love when a band makes a bad album and someone goes, don't like it, don't listen. I love when I'm watching fucking Game of Thrones and then it gets bad and someone goes, don't like it, don't watch it. Reddit fucking mentality. If something is bad and you can use your word of mouth to potentially make it better, that is much more valuable than ditching it. What a cuck. I was going to say Reddit cuck mentality because that's what it is. Oh, something got bad, don't bother. You had one argument with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, break up with them. Like, it's just so fucking stupid to think that way. It is genuinely Reddit mentality and it's just bad for you. Like, if everything gets bad and then you move on from it, things will continue to be bad for the new things. Because they go, oh, well, now we just know people will enjoy this for 6 months. So make a 6-month consumable dog shit. Find a way to ban cheater, please. It's very unfair for player that refuse to cheat. Things can get bad. It's really toxic when I try lure shipping with a bunch of rocks that I plan to loop around with the harpoon and eat shit on the rocks. Unfair of Rare to remove the rocks like that despite me specifically. Just about everyone. Rare is killing the game. Echo chamber much? Shared sentiment. Pattern recognitions. Developer admissions. Apologies. Fucking feedback surveys. Nah, that's all echo chamber. When the devs say, is the game in a bad state? And you say, yeah, it is. And they go, yeah, people here think the game's in a bad state. That's echo chamber. Echo chamber is when people agree. Yeah, exactly. Where would this guy be if everyone's saying this was good? Because, hey, if you got a coin, there's another side of the coin. When everyone's forcing them, oh God, I just saw Satan. Oh my God, Satan left a comment right there. Satan left a comment. I didn't even fucking see it. Hang on. Holy fuck. Clown alert. It's been ages. I glazed past it. I'm not even... Oh my God. He's here. He's right here. It's interesting that the people that hate the most on the game are the same people who hang most in comment sections. Oh, Eddie, where have you been? Where have you been, Eddie? It's been fucking months. It's been 6 months since we've seen your sad, pathetic fucking opinions. What's the law? People don't even know the law. That's how long it's been since we've seen Eddie in a fucking comment section. Eddie is perhaps one of the saddest content creators associated with Sea of Thieves. He is a man who, through thick and thin, will demand the game is in a positive state. He will call anyone sweaties, no matter what, if they try any type of shooting in the game. He has this whole... Oh, what's the word for it? Like, he's so fucking contrarian. You had to show up because you have specific Saturdays to talk about the game. Yeah. He also thinks about me a lot. He uses the word rent-free incorrectly. He tweeted about me, and I saw it, and he said that I was rent-free. It's like, no, I am rent-free in your head, you dumb fuck. Yeah. Eddie the Bear, or as we call him around these parts, Eddie Two Viewers McCraw, sad cunt. Hangs out and it's funny, who hangs out most in comment sections? Eddie, I would not know you exist if it wasn't for these comment sections. You leave a comment like that in every fucking video, or you used to, and you even have a theme song that I had to play. What's his content? His content is doing the same voice and calling it voice acting. He is an incredibly unwatchable, like, sad guy. He's just not good at anything. He has one of the saddest social media presences, Twitch presences, voice acting attempts. He cosplays one character. He's constantly dick riding the game no matter what, no matter how. Rare could release a video and say, we have genuinely made a fucking mistake. And he'd leave a comment being like, oh, look at all the people thinking Rare made a mistake. He is the most contrarian fucking freak. Sad guy. That one cheater bust who posted stuff calling people slurs because they killed him. Oh, that's Sea of Cheaters. TBH, I also think about crud a lot. Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah. Fuck, dude. Holy shit. I didn't even see him there. Ugh. Hello, head stream on the background. Back now. Good night, everyone. See you legit. Oh, and that's the bottom of the comments. That's the bottom of the comments. We made it. We made it through the SOT rant. 4 hours. Am I uploading this one to YouTube uncut? Probably. Now to Reddit? I'm not looking at fucking Reddit. It's the same shit. And you know what? What a good way to cap it off with fucking Sadie the loser. Refreshing to see the mask. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Thank you everyone for the subs. Unedited. I'll message my friend in advance. Yeah. Oh, what have we learned? What have we learned? The game is doomed. Doom and gloom. Keep doom posting. Keep saying things are bad for the game. Keep clickbaiting. Season 19 is essentially cancelled. Don't sell your fucking doubloons for gold. Some good comments were left. That's good. The surveys are funny. SOT are going to try to look at toxicity. Nah, I'm getting off. Fuck this. I just drank 2 liters of waters and yapped. I need to fucking die. Yep, keep complaining. Real friends will be playing. Hey, man. You know who didn't stop playing the entire time they've been ranting about this game? Me. You know who's got... I've almost put on 500 hours in the last 4 months. Holy shit. You know who is still dedicated to the grind? You know who keeps it up? We'll bring you every bit of SOT content to just show you how possible it is to complete every bit of SOT content. Me. Let me refresh this real quick. Let me make this work. You know who's there to make sure everyone knows if something's in a good state or a bad state based on opinion and based on functionality? Me. Because I care. Because I want the game to be better. And god damn it, I'll keep making these videos. I don't care if SOT partners like Falcor say it's hate. It's not hate. It comes from a place of love. It's just, not even for the money, SOT rants, they don't make money. They make like $26 a video. It's about the awareness. It's about getting the message out there. It's about you at home sharing this. It's why when we look at these comment sections now, we see the negative. Turning into Trump like Cadency, I'm doing a bit. I'm doing a fucking victory march for myself. No. Keep it up. Keep it up. I don't want a fucking code to sign into my fucking Xbox. Oh my god. Dude, why does the Sea of Thieves website log you out every single time you open it? It says, click here to remain signed in. And then it's like, yeah, you're not signed in, bro. I'm just trying to show you my fucking progress. Because there'll be one new item in there. Alright. Overview. What? Okay. Load that. Here we go. Okay. Alright, here we go. Check this out. Also, watch this. I'm not making passkey stuff. Dude, I am never making a fucking passkey. First of all, down the bottom left there. Do you see that? Does that say crud humor? Interesting. Alright, look at this. Wow, one new item. Charity item. Look at this. Oh, guild went up by 9 levels. Look at this. Tell me I'm not allowed to criticize the game and it's not from a place of love when these are my stats. Tell me that. Tell me that with a straight face. Tell me that it's meaningless. Tell me that it's hatred, it's spreading negativity. When I've done it all I want to do is have authority. Sorry, that sounds wrong. All I want to do is have the authority to criticize it by having experienced 100% of the game. The only thing I haven't experienced in the game is the Shrouded Ghost and 100 more Hourglass fights. I only have 9. Yeah, it's because I have one more comm left, which I'm going to do. I'm just waiting for them to change it next season. I need to sink 125 more ships as a Guardian that are servants. Next season will be as Guardians against any ship. When did you get fruit and cake crate deliveries finished? Pre or post quest rework? Pre. I got that done season 10? 9 and 10? 99% not credible. Fuck! Shit! Sorry, I take opinions from Shrouded Ghost players. Yeah, like you. Yeah. You know what's funny? I can change my completion percentage. Look at this. I can turn on Shrouded Ghost and then it drops my percentage. I can also turn on 10k Hourglass title and it drops it to like fucking 94, but no one cares about that in the completion community. They just care about Shrouded, which I'm turning off till I get it. Yep. Anyway, that's a SOT rant. That's a SOT rant. I'm fading away. The goblin is losing all will to live. Whew. I'll see you tomorrow for normal SOT content and maybe some Red Dead Chaos mod. Sorry VOD watchers that had to watch sorry YouTubers that YouTube watchers had to watch 4 hours of unedited SOT thing with lots of pausing. I will keep doing it until my editor is out of school. I will save my editor from his school project. Yeah. In fact, watch my video more so it makes more so I can pay him more so then he doesn't have to go to school. How about that? Anyway, bye.